with other tackles and actually working out and deadlifts and things of that degree. But when I say there's a lot on the line, I think it starts with the line this year. It's not a sexy topic for radio. No one, but here, we know how important it is for a good offensive line in the scheme and to protect the quarterback and all that. We know the importance of that. A lot of talk about Drake May, too, and his struggles in the playoffs. There's a lot on the line for him, too. He's a part of maybe some of the difficulties with the offensive line because of his mobility. But there was a thing that I really want to dig into this one next week. Like, I want to get the highlighter and pull it out. But there was a knock regarding Drake May that Sean Payton referenced to Seth Wickersham when it came to hitting Drake May and turning the ball over. And Seth Wickersham had a chance to sit with Sean Payton and the Broncos during their playoff run. And he actually did an interview on this station talking about they thought that they could get Drake May to turn the ball over, but also keep him inside the pocket. They also mentioned in that interview, Seth Wickersham mentioned that Sean Payton spoke with Bill Belichick and talked to him about some of their schemes and things of that degree. But the scouting report was if you hit Drake May, he can turn the ball over. So I'm curious how he bounces back this year, and from everything I heard, he's bulked up. Maybe it's baked miss, I don't know what it is, but he's bulked up, and I hope we don't hear a thing about that shoulder this year. Something else that's on the line, adding A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. You add two starting caliber wide receivers, one of them a number one. There's a lot on the line with that one. There's a lot on the line for Mike Vrabel for bringing A.J. Brown in. There's a lot on the line for moving on from Stephon Diggs to bring in Romeo Doubs. There's a lot there. And when I keep bringing up a lot on the line this year for the Patriots, last year was an unbelievable story. They went from worst to first. When they made it to the big game, the regular season didn't matter. Those things didn't matter. We enjoyed the season because we haven't seen quality football or successful football in a long time. But you saw what it was like when you had a good coach and a good quarterback. And that gives you hope again this year. And I always say hope can be a bad thing. Can be a good thing as well. We know that. But more than hope, there's a lot on the line. To me, it's Super Bowl or bust this year. Drake May should play at an MVP level. I hope their 2 draft picks don't redshirt this year. Will they find a pass rusher in camp? I hope the Christian Gonzalez situation fixes itself. Camp will officially open tomorrow, but expectations are high, and there are pressure on the quarterback and on the coach. There's a lot on the line this year for the New England Patriots, and to me, I'm doubling down on it once again. It is Super Bowl or bust. The other big story on the day, LeBron James has signed with the 76ers. The Celtics lost to the New York Knicks in the playoffs. They blew up their team. The next year, the Knicks won a championship. Last year, the Celtics, they were the number 2 seed, went to a Game 7 against the 76ers and lost. Can the 76ers win a championship the following year? The Celtics helped the 76ers make this trade. The 76ers are now a roadblock for the Boston Celtics. They'd rather shed salary than keep talent. They'd rather shed salary and use analytics. But can that win in the playoffs this year? If you're a Celtics fan, you should be pissed. You should be pissed about this one. They never had a reason to move on from Jaylen Brown. They told you it's analytics. They wanted to tell you it wasn't about the money. Yet there's not one team in the NBA this year that is at the second apron. Not one team. So let them tell you once again it wasn't about the money. And if you really want to look at it, the 76ers have Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, and you got Paul George. You can't be happy about that. And yesterday, grades came out for the Celtics, and ESPN gave them a C- for a grade. Today, it's an F. It's an F. But again, the 76ers now one of the top favorites to win the championship this year. I'll go over the odds with you in a little bit. But a lot of usage time. Two guys who've won championships, 3, 4 All-Stars, a rookie that played really well last year, one of the best starting fives in the NBA. What could possibly go wrong? We'll leave those both there on the table in the first hour at 617-779-0985. Of course, you can join us on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com and search 98.5 The Sports Hub. We got the Red Sox. We got the Patriots starting camp tomorrow. And LeBron James is a 76er joining Jaylen Brown. Those are the big topics of the night. We will have in or out. We'll have the musings and you. Coming up next, I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's up, guys? It's Joe Murray. Wanted to tell you about my friends over at Bally's in Lincoln. Of course, Lincoln, Rhode Island. You can catch free shows at the Lighthouse Bar. Saturday, July 25th, 9 p.m. Raise your hands. It's the Bon Jovi tribute band. And on Friday, July 31st at 9 p.m., the Iron Maidens. Then Saturday, August 8th, 8 p.m., Stephen Piercy, the voice of Rat, rock the Bally's Event Center high energy night with all the Rat anthems. Tickets for the Event Center show are on sale now. Must be 18 or older. Gambling problem, call 877-9-GAMBLER.
Calling all restaurants. Boston Poutine Fest is coming.
News side of it and the, hey, second round picks now are looking for guaranteed money. Like it's average. I think Gabe Akis has some. They need a pass rusher. And I don't know. Other guys getting guaranteed money. Everybody has. So are they playing hardball now with Gabe Akis? To me, I'd rather the guy be, I don't know, at camp, ready to go, working out, doing reps, things to that degree. But I'm going to look at it a little bit differently. When it comes to football, I don't know. This is just one man's take. I've seen it at different levels, and I've seen it even over the years with the Patriots. But if a guy is, let's just say he's been sitting out of camp with a hamstring or something to that degree, pass rush is one of the easiest positions to get right back in. Now, you need reps. You'll need some of those things. But the easiest transition is pass rush. Go rush. So me personally, I think if they sign the deal and he's healthy, put him right out there. Put him in the mix, put him in the rotation, see if he can beat out the next guy. I am very high on Gabe Akis. I have watched him play at that level. Brett Bielema was his coach. This dude was a pass rusher with a hand down. I'm not going to tell you he's a Chandler Jones type because he doesn't have like that length. But I think he's that kind of defensive end. Guy who can put his hand down and get after the quarterback. Tackles for loss. He's on a stand-up. He can stand up. But he's more of a hand-down guy. That's what Dremont Waters will be on the other side, free agent signing this year from Baltimore. But I get it, right? This guy hasn't signed. What is it? Is it about the injuries or about this? It's an interesting story. They found out from other teams that he had health issues, but they looked at it and didn't care about it. So he's had the surgeries. From what I gather, again, I'm not a reporter, this isn't about health. This is about money. And he hasn't given him yet, and they don't want to give him the full guarantee. Or at least as much of a guarantee as maybe we're indicating. So when it comes to Gabe Akis, I hope it's not a redshirt year. I heard Burt Breer mention that earlier this week from MMQB. I also hope Jacob Lomu, right? I also hope that he plays. I hope he develops into one of their best 5 linemen. I don't care if he plays tackle, guard, or center. I don't care. Is he one of the best they have? But I do have concerns about this year's draft not making an impact. I mean, last year, Travion Henderson, a second-round pick, made an impact on this team. Will Campbell played left tackle. He got hurt, but he was their guy at the end of the year, too. I feel like at this point, you do need your draft picks to make an impact. I don't like the idea of both of them not being there, so I'll be critical about that. But I think if Gabe Akis plays, I think him and Christian Ponder are probably your guys that are going to be your pass rushers. But, hey, if they're so worried and it's about the money, you can just sign someone else. Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know. Is Joey Bosa really done? I heard he's close to it. But there are other pass rushers out there. Do you want to find Kyle Van Noy? Do you want to just add another linebacker who can rush the passer? Sure. I hope they're close. Mike Vrabel said that today. And I'll give you a little bit more on Vrabel and some of the other things that he said. I know we have audio back there as well. But the Gabe Akis thing, it will be a story. But it's just a thing now in this league where second-round picks get more guaranteed money. I don't know if the Patriots are used to that. They did it with a running back last year. I just don't know how well they're used to that at this point. 617-779-0985. So what sense does Mike Vrabel have where Yakis is physically? I can only go by what he says. And so when he gets here, we'll evaluate that. Of course, be as smart as we can just to see because we haven't seen him with us. But I would say to use the word cautiously optimistic. But again, those conversations have been great and excited to see where he's at. You heard the comment coming back from break, but continuing to work through the contract. I think those have been positive. Obviously, between the club and his representative, hopefully we'll get him here sooner rather than later. Not going to put a timeline on it or a time frame, but I've spoken to Gabe personally. I'm excited to get him in when he's under contract. What's the issue? These deals are complicated, as there's guaranteed money. Quote, these are contractual issues that come up. You laid out a lot of things that occur throughout those rookie contracts, but every contract's unique. Every contract's different. It will get resolved. I'm positive that it will. Let's move on. Next, Joe, what do we got on Christian Gonzalez back there? You got any sound from Vrabel on Gonzalez? That one's another one that how many times am I going to tell you that it's about Devin Witherspoon getting his money and then Gonzalez, and I don't think there's anything there. But let's hear Mike Vrabel on Christian Gonzalez.
Expect him to participate more than he did during mini camp.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting ready to, prepare to win, and that's what this is going to take through training camp. We talked about this last year, earning a role, building a team, and preparing to win. And players have an opportunity to earn a role. Coaches are going to be there to help them. We all have to build a team, and I have to do my best to prepare us to win by our situations and the way we practice throughout the training camp.
All right, he expects him to be out there. I do too. I expect him to be out there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else from camp today that was actually worth talking about. That's it. Tomorrow, we used to call it the running of the jorts. A lot of dads in their jorts, First day at camp, the running of the jorts, everybody gets let in. They just start running to the front because they want their autographs. If you're not on vacation tomorrow, I would say it's a good take. But I'm expecting thousands of people there tomorrow. Media, it's going to be a circus. When it comes to the Patriots, I just kind of want to roll out the balls. Like, for years past, why isn't Brady here? Oh, he's going to start the year on the pup. Yeah, it's not as sexy as it used to be. Talking about a second-round pick's guaranteed money. And Christian Gonzalez, who, by the way, deserves the money. To me, it's like, these are the topics. Oh, what about Will Campbell playing left tackle? I'm tired of it. The Drake May stuff I'm in on, though. Like, other people around the league think that Drake May if you just pressure him, will turn the ball over? That interests me. I'm sure he heard it. If I heard it, I wonder if I know he's heard it. So that's my thought on that one. All right. Well, you can call in if you want. It's 617-779-0985. Roy is in the car. Hi, Roy. Hello.
Hello? Am I on?
You're on the air. What's your name?
Oh, what's up? It's Noah in Worcester.
Noah. Okay. It says Roy for some reason.
No, it's just the caller ID, I guess.
Okay.
But looking to talk to Street Team Joe over there. I know you said it's Super Bowl or bust from the Patriots. I think that's a little high, personally. I wonder what Street Team Joe has to say about that one.
We'll bring in Joe in a second. But why do you think it's high?
Just because, I mean, back-to-back Super Bowls, I think they should be a good team, yeah. But, I mean, expecting them to go to the Super Bowl, that's asking a lot. You really think that they're going to be better than the Chiefs, the Ravens,
Yes.
the Bills?
Yes.
Like, you
Yes.
just think that they're simply a better team than all those three?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they're up there in the same level with those teams, but to say they're better is,
Dude, hey, you know they got A.J. Brown and Romeo Dobbs, right?
I mean, Romeo Dobbs, he's not bad, but...
Oh, come on, dude. He's better than anybody the Patriots have had in a long time.
Yeah, that is true. He's better.
So now they have him. Now they have him, and they have A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, who basically quit on his team last year. I don't know if I want to throw my
Oh, so you don't
cards
want a guy that's won a Super Bowl that has the most touchdowns in the league over 40 yards with the best separation in football. You don't want that.
I'd rather have him than not have him.
I really want to body bag you bad, but I feel like Joe's your friend. So, Joe, do you know this guy, Noah?
Yeah, Noah and I play basketball together.
Tell him how much he's sleep. Is he sleeping or is he disrespecting right now?
Somewhere in between, Joe. I'm high on the Patriots as well, but maybe going back to the Super Bowl could be an expectation. I definitely don't think winning it should be.
Do you think they're better than Buffalo?
I think they're better than everyone.
Okay, then they're going to win the AFC East and in the playoffs.
Denver scares me.
Yeah, so what? They beat Denver in Denver last year.
Yeah, without their quarterback, and they added Waddle though now.
Ooh, Jalen Waddle.
We would love Jalen Waddle on the Patriots. Come on now.
He's just fast, and the Patriots have always contained him.
Denver played us tough without their starter.
Us?
Yeah, Denver played the Pats well without their starting quarterback. I think that game goes very differently. No. Josh Allen's due. Mahomes is coming back. I mean, it's going to be wide open.
Oh, Mahomes.
It's going to be wide open.
I wouldn't want to play the Chiefs. I know that.
Did the Chiefs make the playoffs last year?
No.
They did not.
No.
They did not. Hey, Joe, I got another question for you.
Which one?
Big Joe.
Which one's Big Joe?
Bigger Joe. Joey Murray, you.
That's me.
How many Coney Island hot dogs do you think you could eat in one sitting? I was talking to Joe about this.
I've had them. I mean, I would eat 2 at one to be satisfied. But how many?
2?
How many could I eat?
Yeah, you're at a ball game and you got a free pass to eat, as many Coney Island dogs. All you can eat Coney dogs.
I could probably eat a lot of them.
I was thinking 10 to 12, and people think that's crazy, but they're not that big of a dog.
I could do 10 to 12. Here's the deal, dude. I only would do this if I got paid.
Really? You don't like a Coney dog that much?
No, I don't want to get sick, bro.
Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah,
How do you get them? You get them to work?
I've been there. I've been to Hot Dog Annie's. I've done them all.
You get it to work?
No, I just like them either naked or with ketchup.
A naked dog? That's crazy.
I get a naked sausage, too.
That's criminal, Joe.
Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? I don't like onions and all the other stuff.
Oh. That's the way to go.
Yeah,
That's
I get it cooked
there.
and all that stuff. I just don't want it on my dog or my sausage.
Yeah. No, I respect it.
You're a Worcester guy?
I'm a Worcester guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you like better, Mari Monti or Villa?
So I think I like. So Villa's been around forever. But I had the fellows over at Piccolo's recently.
Yeah.
Bring their meatballs, and it was the biggest chicken parm I've had.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think I'd still I like Villa the best personally. I got a soft spot for him.
Yeah. Can you believe your boy Joe is running the board for a radio station?
How's he doing?
I think he's doing all right so far.
There you go.
The burning hasn't been on fire yet, Noah.
We're still here. We're
still here, yeah.
You're on the air, right?
No,
on the
when
air.
are we playing
Doing
basketball? Noah's got a good jumper, Joe.
Oh, you got a jumper?
I got no jumpers. He's joking. I got no hoops. But we can play. I'm an effort guy, I like to say.
Hey, Noah.
You always, not everyone, yeah.
Good. He's an effort guy. Good. I didn't mean to cut you off. When AJ Brown and Romeo Dobbs are really good, I want you to call me back.
I will.
And if they
definitely
suck, I want you to call me back.
So are you taking the over on the win total then, I would assume?
I think I've already bet them to win the East. I don't think I've touched the win total yet. I thought it was 9.5.
I was thinking about taking the under on the win total.
I like over 9.5 a lot. But I think I started at 10.
Over 9.5, you're buying down on that one?
Not buying down. No, I saw it at that at one point. I think it's at what, 10 now?
I think it's at last I saw it was 10.5.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't do it at 10.5.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But it's not because of the I look for value. I don't feel value at 10.5. I feel value at 9.5.
I was even thinking about going under 9.5. Personally, they got a tough schedule this year.
Yeah, I'm not phased. They've one of
that
the
Super Bowl hangover can be real.
Yeah, thanks, Noah. He brought up the Super Bowl hangover, and I hung up because I don't like that take.
Can I ask a question, Joe? You may have already addressed.
What's that?
Week 1 going into Seattle. What's your prediction?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I hope they play well and they look good and.
As long as we look good, that
as long as they stay healthy and look good. It's a game on a Wednesday to start the year. Like, really, what's important is your conference and division games, and you're not gonna make up winning the Super Bowl, winning opening night. Go out there, play your game, be healthy. And is Sam Darnold gonna be better or is he gonna regress?
I think the biggest concern observation I'm looking forward to is Will Campbell going to be able to hold up again, or are we going to be panicking after week 1 and be like, we might get Lomu in there?
Don't think we'll be panicking anytime soon. After 4 weeks, maybe. Give it the first 4. I've heard it's an extension of the preseason. I've heard that a lot in my life. Sean is in the car, Sean.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to say, as far as hot dogs go, I wanted to give you a little crap, but then also give you a little tip. Ketchup is for kids, all right? If you're over 13, no ketchup. You throw some mustard on there, maybe some relish, you're good. But also, here's your tip. Everyone does double burgers, double cheeseburger, double burgers, double dog. You throw the first dog on there, you push it down in the bun, put your condiments, you throw another dog on top.
Double condiment, double dog.
That's it. Double dog. One bun.
My thing is, I just don't like when people's I like the way I eat a hot dog. If you think it's for a kid, I don't care at all what your opinion is. I like ketchup on a hot dog, and you can eat the hot dog however you want. I like to eat it with ketchup. If I'm a child, so be it. But I just don't know why I need to be criticized for that.
You don't like mustard? No relish?
I really only like mustard sometimes on a pastrami.
Well, yeah, of course. But I'll do the dog with no condiments, too. No problem. All beef.
That's why
Got to be all beef. Don't put any pork in there. No turkey. All beef.
That's why I said I like a naked dog, too.
I like it. No ketchup.
Thanks, Sean. I don't know what his beef with ketchup is. I like ketchup. I put ketchup on my eggs. Do you?
I like ketchup on my eggs. If anything, I feel like a naked dog is more mature than, someone who's just putting all this random stuff on there than that they really don't like.
Sometimes with nachos, I feel like that. Like
I don't like beans.
I just want the nachos and the cheese and the salsa. I don't want the olives and all that other crap.
That's a clean take. I support that.
Rich is in lane. Rich.
How you guys doing?
Hi.
So right now, the way I look at how the AFC is just lined up, they're not even a top 5 team in the AFC right now. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, the Chiefs just got better, getting a healthy Mahomes coming back. They're going to get Kenneth Walker to help their run game, and they still have Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce. So there's the Chiefs right there. Baltimore finally has a head coach that's going to let Lamar run the football.
I'm sorry, who's the head coach?
The former defense coordinator for the Browns.
So you think that he is just going to mysteriously make the Ravens better because he's the defensive coordinator? He's going to allow Lamar to actually use his talents and not have to sit in the pocket. And they've been wasting his athletic ability the last 3 years. So you think Jesse Minter, a rookie coach, is just going to be good for the Ravens?
Did a rookie coach just win the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah.
So there's the proof in the pudding. A rookie head coach.
That's proof he coached the defense.
Yeah, but you don't think he had any aspect of making any changes on the Seattle's offense?
Maybe. No.
So
no, actually,
there goes,
no. I'm going to say no. I don't.
So hang on. Any level of head coach has no say on offense if they're a defensive coordinator.
I don't know that question.
Okay, so those are the 2 top teams right now. Buffalo right now I still believe, is a better football team than the Patriots right now. Then the team that no one's talking about right now who beat you guys last year is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not only did they beat you, they made Drake May have the worst professional game as a pro with their defense. And they got better. They added pieces.
You said the Steelers?
Did the Steelers not beat the Patriots last year in New England?
Week 2, yep.
Right? Did they not turn Drake May over 5 times?
Let me ask you this. You called in saying they're not a top 5 team.
Nope, not even a top 5 team.
So do you know the odds? Like, do you ever look at I'm not saying they're right.
No, but I know football.
Okay, but are you trying to tell me I don't know ball though? Like that's what
I think we're the same age.
Yeah.
I think we're the same age. So I know for a fact that I probably watch it just as much as you do.
No, but I just think that saying they're not a top 5 team is irrational because you're not looking at any of the statistics or the projections.
I don't. The projections are projections. That's a random guy saying.
It's not a random guy. It's actually now it's analytics. So
yeah, analytics. How's that working in baseball?
Your Ravens.
How's that working in baseball?
Doesn't matter. The Patriots, the Red Sox right now are exactly what they thought they were going to be this year. Even after
they reeled off 15 in a row.
Yeah, but so what? It doesn't matter. What is it today? That's what they projected. That's what I'm trying to say. You're dismissing is what you're doing, and I don't like it. So first off, listen to me for a second. Damn it. The Ravens are the favorites. The Bills are second. The Patriots are third. The Chiefs are fourth. The Chargers are fifth. The Texans are sixth. The Broncos are seventh. The Bengals are eighth. The Jags are ninth. The Steelers that you love are 10th. So I just want to let you know what the projections are before you give me your take that I wanted to let you know that you're saying asinine crap right now.
It's not asinine stuff. Just because that's another man's opinion.
Those are odds. They're actual formulated odds.
Odds always right?
They're not. I literally said that, but they're not. You said they're not a top 5 team, and I just body bagged you about 10 other teams all the teams you talked about.
The Patriots had the softest schedule in the National Football League. They also had one of the softest roads to the Super Bowl in the history of a team
that was
making
last
the
year.
Super Bowl.
That was last year.
And yes, and
it's this year.
All right, so I'll make a bet with you right now, Joe.
No, I'm not betting anything. Just when you talk about it as they won the AFC.
They're not going to miss Mahomes. They're not going to miss Jackson. They're not going to miss Joe Burrow. They're not going to miss Aaron Rodgers. They're not going to miss all the top quarterbacks in the AFC, they're not going to miss them all ever again.
Okay.
They're not. That's a stat. That's a guarantee that if the Patriots ever.
A guarantee. Guarantee.
That's a guarantee. So I bet you from here on out for the remainder of Mahomes, Jackson,
No. You
team
say,
will
hey,
ever not play
I
one of
run
those
the
teams.
show, not you. I run the show. Listen to me. If the Patriots are a top 5 seed this year,
they're not.
If the Patriots are a top 5 seed this year, I want you to buy me a roast beef from Minos. Okay?
I will.
And if the Patriots are not a top 5, I will buy you pizza or whatever you want from Fosse's or your favorite Lynn place.
All right, and we can meet at the card show like we see each other every week, and you can bring it to me there.
Thank you. I don't know who that is, though. He said guarantee and all that stuff, and it pissed me off.
He says he sees you every week, Joe. Do you know who this guy is?
No. I don't do card shows every week. Who's rich? Now I need to know. Do I know somebody from Lynn? Tom's in the Bay Area.
Joey from Hyde Park, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing?
Good. Hey, Pats are top 3 in the AFC. People keep forgetting that they're the only team, Joe, that played 4 top 5 defenses consecutively in the playoffs, and they just want to poo-poo that. Okay, Drake May didn't play that great. Why? Because he's playing the best defenses in the NFL. That's why he didn't play so great. This team got better. You got 2 new receivers that can ball. You drafted an O-lineman with the first round. You bring in Barrett Tucker to play guard. I expect big things out of Kyle Williams, who's going to feast as the 3rd receiver, and they're a top 3 team. They may not be 14-3, but if they're 12-5, I'll take that. They're a better team. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. I think they're a top 5 team. I think they're better than Buffalo. And if they can run the football this year, I think they're going to be able to really control games. I'm not being a honk. I'm not saying they can't take a step back. But when you get A.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, the best fullback in football, like Draymond Jones is going to help. You just got the guy who led the league in interceptions and Kevin Byard in safety. Like, I know these are all moves and they have to work out, but if they didn't make any of those moves, you could tell me that they're not going to be a top 5 team. I'd believe you. They made sure they want to get back to the Super Bowl. That's a Super Bowl roster. I'm not buying the fact anybody saying it's not. Sorry. I can't do that today. Unless you're all living off of last year. They have a new team with literally like 2 of the best wide receivers available and free, that they could get. What, and Drake May's not going to be better because of that? And the offensive line's upgraded? Yeah. Anyways, all right, we're supposed to do headlines now, Joe? Oh, boy. Let's get to the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. Now I need to know. Do I know somebody from Lynn?
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox in action right now. 1-0 is the score, I believe. Looks like Siegler hit a home run. So it's 1-0 right now. Patrick Sandoval will be on the mound. Well, Patriots and Mike Vrabel talked today about Christian Gonzalez, hoping he's out there, and Gabe Backus, and they're still trying to work something out. And, hey, even DeAndre Hopkins might be a coach for their wide receiver stuff. And LeBron James is joining the Philadelphia 76ers this year. Headlines, they are brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. I'm Joe Murray. just like, bro, you're just listening to the show and you're like, yeah, they're not going to be a top 5 team this year. You know, didn't look at what the odds were, didn't look at what maybe projections could be, didn't read anything about the improvements. That's just what I feel. Teams that have a loss, I'll look at the. It's like, if you're telling me that you did the research, don't bring up Pittsburgh. You saw my face when that happened, right, Joe?
I even had to double check with you. I was like, he just said Pittsburgh, right? You know, I didn't. Did we hear that correctly? Aaron Rodgers?
This hour of the Sports Hub has been brought to you by our friends over at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit knowingandoilchange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. But, you know, like, you ever heard someone call Zoe and be like, yeah, Zoe, you don't know who you're talking about? And it's like, Zoe played in he played in a Super Bowl and has called 6 of them. No, he's called like 9 of them. But imagine, like, hey, he's like, you don't know anything about that. And I'm not saying it's me. I'm just saying there are people who really think that, and that's why I got pissed. Chuck's in Medway. Chuck,
what's up? What's up, Joe? Just on my way home from work. I was just looking at the schedule. I'm just a little I'm a little nervous. I respect your opinion, but I think that the Patriots. These guys got a lot of tape with some good defenses we faced in the playoffs on Drake May, and I'm just a little nervous about what that's going to look like for the first 10 games.
Chuck, I think you have now. You know, like sometimes when you have to have a tough conversation with somebody, you got to sit them down. I feel like I got to sit with everybody right now, and I'm not using you as you're just bringing it up to me. People have to stop talking about last year.
Yeah, you're right.
This isn't last year's team anymore. No. They're going to use a fullback with multiple tight ends, and they're going to run the football. Last year, they struggled in short yardage situations, didn't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now they have, if healthy, Vera Tucker, who's good. A second, everyone's going to be better. And, you're going to be able to do things in tight quarters, in tight situations. If you want to have 2 big, gigantic receivers, you could have A.J. Brown on one side and Mac Hollins on the other. If you want to go small, you can have Demario Douglas with Dobbs. You have so many different options you can throw at teams. You didn't have those a year ago.
Yeah, I just think that they have a lot of tape on May now that's going to lead to a lot of issues.
Great. Now they can defend it better because their offensive line is going to be better.
That's true.
Forget about last year. Forget about it.
I want it to work. I want it to work out. I'll tell you, I would love for it to work out. I guess I'm just a little nervous, but how the Super Bowl went. But it is last year. You're right.
It's okay.
All New Year.
It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be nervous.
All right.
Where you going?
Well,
where you going? Medway? We going to Medway Diner tonight? Where you going?
I live not far from the Medway Lotus, but I haven't been there.
Oh yeah! I love the Lotus. Say hi to Wayne.
Walking distance.
Oh man, that's dangerous.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Those scorpion bowls are great.
Well, they are. The Mandarin, best Chinese food around.
Really?
In central to southern Mass, in Milford, Mandarin.
I don't know. Street Team Joe's from Westboro. What do you think, Joe?
There is a Mandarin in Westboro too. Yeah, I love the Mandarin. The one in Milford's great as well. It's probably going to be the new place I go to, Joe, now that Tanka is done on next Friday.
You been to Tanka, Chuck?
Never been to Tanka.
I liked it.
All right, well, I'll be having a Mai Tai at the Lotus when the Patriots win their first 10 games, hopefully.
Thanks,
Let's
Chuck.
see it.
All right. I'm just saying top 5 team.
I feel like we're in a therapy session right now, Joe, where everyone's calling in worried or negative, and you're just doing calm down, calm down.
It's just not.
They are a loaded
it's not
roster.
Last year's team.
They
not
are
last
loaded.
year's team. We didn't even talk about LeBron James yet. Can you believe that jerk? Anyway, like, is he really a jerk? He's a liar, that's for sure. Wonder if Bronny can get into the... Is he playing in the G League? Is he playing in the Summer League still?
No, he didn't play. He was too good for the Summer League this year.
Oh, he's too good this year?
Yep. He
But they let him into the facility, though.
yeah, they let him into the facility.
Okay, that's good.
I think Lakers fans want to keep him.
All right. Well, we'll do that. We got a lot to get into. The Red Sox right now leading. Well, we'll do the headline. We'll break first. We'll headline. And then we'll get into the second hour here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Saying on this program for the last 2.5 weeks, Cleveland, Miami, Philadelphia. There was a reason why we kept mentioning Philly, because when you look at their roster, they have Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, and we were all going to take whatever LeBron James, his intentions were at face value. He made it very clear from the beginning. I want to compete for a championship. I want to win at a high level. This is not a money-driven decision. That's what LeBron James made very clear from the outset of this process when he decided to leave the Lakers on June 30th. So now a month later, he was going to have to put his money where his mouth is. And today, what I see most from this decision is he is choosing that the Sixers give him the best chance to win a championship.
Well, Sham Charania today broke the news that LeBron James has made his final decision. Oh, I should turn the wrestling down that I was watching during the break. Thank you very much. LeBron is a 76er. Just let it sink in for a second. There were people who thought he was going back to Miami. I mean, the favorite was the Golden State Warriors. I mean, they were hoping that he'd come back to Cleveland again. Instead, he chose the 76ers. I am not a green teamer, although some people think I am. I was very critical of the team breaking up a championship team. I did feel last year their only importance was getting under the tax, but somehow they got under the tax and they were still good, and Jason Tatum was coming back, and I believed that they could win the Eastern Conference, and I believed that the NBA needed the Celtics. And I was wrong. I took the L. I was wrong. But this offseason, they shed more money. They traded Jaylen Brown. Not to the Wolves. Not Denver, not any of those teams, not Portland. To Philadelphia. The team that just eliminated them in a Game 7 at home. I'm still pissed about it. The return wasn't great. I always wanted Tatum and Brown together. That was my takeaway. So, the Red Sox have gone on this pretty big streak now, and once the streak ended, LeBron James decides to go to the 76ers as well. And it's got me thinking and triggered again about the Celtics, about breaking up Tatum and Brown. I haven't really sat down and thought about if they're going to be better or not without Brown. I do feel as though Paul George, if he's healthy, with Jason Tatum, they could be a better team. They could be. That's not what I'm feeling right now. What I'm feeling is the Celtics had to shed contracts and money so bad. They had to lose one of their drafted NBA Finals players and sent him to a competitor. And that move ignited the signing for LeBron James. You should be pissed as a Celtics fan. How could they allow this to happen? You remember what it was like? You acquired Ray Allen, and then what happened? It helped you get Kevin Garnett. That's how the 76ers are looking at this. The 76ers are like, thank you, Boston. Thank you, Boston. The move. Again, LeBron couldn't get Anthony Davis to go get the team to trade for him. They couldn't get Kyrie to trade for Cleveland or wherever he wanted to go. So he settled with the 76ers. Settled. Celtics fans should be pissed. I don't think there's enough anger today. They allowed this to happen. They allowed it. And now they're a roadblock for you. So for anybody who thinks the Celtics will be better without Jaylen Brown this year, now you got a roadblock in front of you. You have the New York Knicks in front of you as well. You created that because you wanted to save money or you wanted to double down on your analytics. And now it's Maxey. Now it's Jaylen Brown. Now it's Joel Embiid. And now it's LeBron James with VJ Edgecombe. They have Dean Wade on their bench. They have Anthony Simons. They have Barlow. They have an 8-man rotation. The odds moved around today. If you haven't had a chance to see them yet, the Spurs are still the favorite to win the championship, and they should be. They should be. Oklahoma City's coming in at plus 270. The 76ers are sitting at plus 900. The New York Knicks are at plus 900. And now the Boston Celtics are at plus 1,300. You have fallen, my take at the end of the year. They have fallen a tier behind the Knicks and behind the 76ers. And it stands true today. So after your draft and free agency, you're still behind them, you're worse. And you know what's even worse? You're wasting a year of Jason Tatum's prime. You essentially gave up on Jaylen Brown to acquire Paul George while the 76ers get LeBron James and Jaylen Brown. Vomit! The grades came out yesterday. ESPN said C- Brad Stevens in the offseason. Today it went to an F. It went to an F. What a fail. The organization, Brad Stevens, fail. You allowed this to happen. And yep, LeBron James is ring chasing, baby. Good. When you're 42 years old, that's what you do. I would have gone on him about years before when he went to Miami and all that. Not now. It probably is the right place for LeBron James. Joel Embiid never has played a full season. LeBron's not going to play a full season either. I think TJ Maxey's their best player, if you ask me. And VJ Edgecombe really, really developed his shot. Not sure if their bench is good enough. I don't know. But when you think about Jaylen Brown, what was the reason why he was upset in Boston? He wanted to have his own opportunity. Now what is he? 3? 4? Where is he? Now, I would trade being the second option for another ring. Me personally, I would do that. But remember all the sacrifice that Jaylen Brown told you? I've sacrificed so much in Boston. My take is The 76ers might have the best starting five in basketball. I think they might have to have him go from the second man to maybe the sixth man. His usage rate, he's not going to be able to do that in Philadelphia. I'll get into some usage rates later. But I think what's best for the 76ers is playing Dean Wade at forward and Jalen off the bench. Because he sacrificed so much, right? If it's about championships and it's not about being the man, he'd do that. That's my take on it. He wants to throw the ball up in the air. There's only one basketball, everybody. There's only one basketball. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. We'll get Street Team Joe's thoughts on it. And I keep receipts, Joe. I remember what people say. And it's just funny that LeBron, Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown are all on the same team, huh? I got receipts for you. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Of his season, and what's your relationship been like with him over the years?
What's the season been like? I think he just used the motivation of a lot of people just saying that they're going to have a down year because of, obviously JT being out, them losing Drew, Al, leaves, Porzingis leaves, their whole championship team pretty much is kind of revamped, and he used that as motivation to keep them afloat. They're playing great basketball, and it's because of him and the rest of those guys. He's taking that next step. Our relationship has been, pretty respectful.
And if you guys were able to get past that.
But other than that, we've been all right,
Were you guys able to get past that?
We'll be all right. Yeah, we'd be all right. I think he went on social media and said something about it. It's all good, but Ronnie got a long way to go, but that's another story. So, but the kid, listen, JB is doing great basketball, man, and you can't fault this out on, this whole MVP thing. I don't understand why his name is not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave him a shot to start the season. And he's having, 30?
Yeah, just under.
Yeah, just under 30? Yeah, it's a popularity contest sometimes, I tell you.
Oh, that was LeBron James reacting to Jaylen Brown. If you remember, receipts. Jaylen Brown once said he didn't think Bronny James was an NBA player. And LeBron said it right there. We're going to be all right. I hate this move. Guy in chat right now being like, yeah, I expected the Celtics to unload money. Did you expect Jaylen Brown to be on the 76ers this year? Come on. Let's all think about that. Let's be real. No. I almost wonder if the non-Giannis thing, Street Team Joe, the Giannis trade not happening, is it going to be franchise altering for the Celtics?
Unfortunately, Joe, it does look like that is on the table, right?
As of today, we have a show.
As of today, it's on the table.
We have a show to do today.
It certainly could have not gone worse up to this point, right? Like, worst case scenario you imagined in your mind of what would happen if we did not get Giannis. The outcome is beyond what we thought was the worst case scenario.
Beyond the worst.
Beyond the worst case scenario, yeah.
I think LeBron has very little left. He's not a washed NBA player. He is not LeBron of whatever we all know him to be. LeBron today says in a statement, I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it, and I knew I needed some time to really decide. But I was pretty sure I played my last game. I was honest at that last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love the game. I still truly love this game, and I have more to give. The last few weeks have been really special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do and take real time just to think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love trying to figure it out. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. What I'm really playing for at this point, I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA, Miami. I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home. That made you want to vomit, or did you agree, Joe?
That made me want to vomit.
What's your take on this?
My take, Joe, is, you know, I'm kind of a green teamer. Apparently the face of the green teamers.
That's right.
But I was for getting rid of Jaylen Brown. I was admittedly for that. However, I was not for trading him to your rivals for pennies on the dollar. Pennies might even be generous there. And then I was not for that move leading to arguably the Celtics' biggest villain since I've been alive, and LeBron James going to the Sixers, the team that just beat you in the playoffs, now making them a super team and the team to be in the East and maybe wins a title. If the Sixers win a title, we are going to be up in Celtics fans will be up in arms. Chisholm already looks bad as it is. Can you imagine, Joe, if the Sixers win the title this year, the year after the Knicks win the title at your hands, and you played a part in that? You got them Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, and you took on Paul George. It doesn't really make sense right now. Is there a future move coming? I hope so. You can only hope so, because this looks beyond... It looks nightmarish, Joe. I couldn't have pictured this in my wildest dreams.
The 76ers are going to be... If not... Like, I don't know what the regular season means anymore, Joe. I'm being really serious. I don't know if it means anything anymore. Do you know what might mean something, though? Christmas Day. 76ers, Boston Celtics. Noontime start. Would you go a little later in the day?
I would hope for it would be 1 so I could get my
1 o'clock. Okay.
Presents in and maybe a little Regina pizza ahead of time.
Okay. Regina pizza on Christmas. I like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be open. But on Christmas, how bad of a look would that be? The Sixers come in here, into the Celtics house and blow doors out.
Is that where it is this year? Is it Boston?
Well, I'm going to have to do a little extended research on that.
Okay, let's look that up at some point.
Yeah.
Well, the schedule's not out yet.
Yeah, the schedule's not out yet. We just got the preseason out, That's about it. But they are visiting here in the preseason, though.
They are, the 10th of October.
Yeah, so we'll get to see all those guys. But
I've already got it circled, Joe, the 10th of October. I know the date.
The scary thing is, Joe, people are saying, Joel Embiid hasn't played a full season. LeBron's injury prone. They could literally just coast.
They could be the 5th seed and nobody cares.
Nobody cares as long as those guys are healthy for the postseason.
Charlotte in the first round. And
neither of them will ever play back-to-back.
Them.
Embiid will play every third game. LeBron could play every third game, too. It wouldn't matter.
My thing is this. The Celtics could be the number 1 seed. They could have a great year. They could meet the 76ers in the playoffs, and they could lose. Because you traded Jaylen Brown.
And you called it, Joe. The Celtics, all they cared about was the tax. You saw that last year. Told me that again this year. I was like, Joe, I think we have a better owner than that. I don't want to believe you. And, man, it's tough to see. Like, the Celtics, Jason Tatum, we just wasted back-to-back years.
Yeah, you're right.
After winning the championship.
We did.
I have to represent the Green Teamers on this one, Joe. I'm outraged.
I don't know if another move's coming, Joe, but if you want to, hold something in your back pocket, they have this mid-level or this trade exception from the Anthony Simons trade. Right now, they can't use it. They'd have to free up a contract. Let's just hypothetically say they traded Sam Hauser. They would activate a $21 million trade exception.
plus Sam's money too, or no?
Just the 21. No.
Okay, so they could take on a $21 million player
without going over the cap or
in
anything.
return for Sam Hauser's $10 million.
Correct. Now I don't know what you're going to get in return. Is it draft picks? Is it a player that's on an expiring that you can cut? Something like that. I don't know what that's. I don't know who wants. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how it would work. Can I give you a name?
I'm captain of listening to rumors, Joe.
I'm not sure how much it moves the needle. I'm not sure. But if the Celtics are just going to go with their roster that they have, it just shows you that it really is about the money. But if they really want to be competitive, they got to use that money. What about Draymond Green?
Joe, I was not expecting to hear that from you. Draymond Green's kind of, in my eyes, like a Brad Marchand. Like, you kind of hate him, but when he's on your own team, you're going to like, oh, yeah.
But
I get what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
he's better or more talented than a Embiid, LeBron, Jalen Brown.
I get your point, though. He is someone who would.
But can he be physical? Can he, like him and Tatum are friends, right? They were just in wherever together. It's not going to match the.
Is this a Brown check mark, or is this just a Joe Murray?
It's a Joe Murray. Idea? What is next to fall? Like, you could technically sign and trade Hauser to Golden State. They could trade you the rights. Like, how about this? Draymond could take a small deal and still go to the 76ers.
He could. I believe he opted out. He's an unrestricted free agent.
So my point is that I don't think the sign and trade can work. I'll have to look into that actually. But could he go to the Caps? I mean, not the Caps, the 76ers.
He'd have to take the minimum.
They have the cap space. He'd have to take the minimum. But imagine him on that team. Now Edgecombe's probably coming off the bench.
Yeah, and then if Embiid gets hurt, you have that insurance of a guy who will play smart,
you'll have
tough, physical.
Dean Wade and Draymond Green as your bigs.
Oh. And keep those guys in line just in case a guy like, Jaylen Brown might.
And at times, I think you can play LeBron at the 4 at power forward. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not as athletic wing as he once was. It's just that if the Celtics want to get creative, it could be fun, Draymond Green in Boston. Does he help out with the three? I mean, he can shoot the threes. He's just not a gifted three-point shooter. He's probably past his prime. He can facilitate like hell. I'm just trying to think what could be the 1-2 punch, because the Knicks can't get him. The Cavs could, but what's really that going to do?
So, in the group chat too, Skaz and I always joke about this, and I would honestly not like this move. Does this increase the chances of Tatum's best friend Bradley Beal potentially signing a minimum, Joe? I think most of us would be out on that, considering he's coming off of, I think, the hip fracture, which IT had. We all know how that ended. But there has to be something the Celtics do, right? You can't just go into next season unless they're so about the money, and they're already counting this as a lost season, but the Sixers are not one level ahead of you. I think they're 2 levels ahead of you.
Oh, yeah.
You're not a player away, unless that player is Jokic. Yeah. You're not a player away.
Now, for the green teamers out there, I hope you're listening. The Celtics, I think, could be a good team this year. They could be a top 3 seed. They could win a playoff series. Jason Tatum can get MVP potential candidate, all that. Joe Mazzulla could show what he could do. Hugo Gonzalez could be an improved player. Baylor Shireman could really knock down the threes. You could see a lot of development. Do you think you're beating the 76ers in a 7-game series?
Barring a major injury to at least 2 of those guys. Yeah. But even if Embiid goes down, Joe, I'd still
my whole
take
thing
them.
is, wouldn't you just put Jaylen Brown on Jason Tatum and stop and just And you know what's wild, Joe? Let's say the 76ers work out. Let's say they're healthy. They're the number 1 seed. They sweep, Orlando in the first round. They'll get the Knicks in the second round and win. Let's say it is Celtics and 76ers in the Eastern Conference Final. I would bet the 76ers. But who gets the credit if they did win the championship? Is it Jaylen Brown?
Bob Myers?
Hell no, it's got to be Embiid and LeBron.
But
so there it is. Jaylen Brown again, sacrificing, doing all the work, all the things he bitched about for years here when he was the number 2. LeBron James willed the team and this and that and Joel Embiid and blah. They'd get the credit. Embiid would get the credit. LeBron would get the credit. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's looking for validation. He's never going to get it. Facts. That's facts.
And when we tried to trade to him, and the Celtics tried to trade him, Joe, to a team where he could get the validation and he could be that best player, did he or did he not shut down those trade ideas? Didn't he block himself from going to the Blazers,
right,
where he could be the guy?
He was meddling.
Yeah, he was meddling. So I thought he wanted his own team and he wanted to be in the MVP race and he wanted all those things. But when it came down to it, he blocked the team because they weren't good enough to win. So I'm just confused what exactly he wants.
I told you I keep receipts, right? Can I give you another one on the other side, and then we'll do in or out? Let's hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox.
I tell him the same thing. Like,
well, you got a super team now, Coach.
If I go 5 for 20, like, we get blown out.
Oh, receipts for those that don't remember. That was Joel Embiid throwing shade at Jason Tatum years ago when they won a game when he shot 5 for 20, I believe. But Joel Embiid made a stray at Jason Tatum for having a super team. So would you say Porzingis and Drew Holiday with Tatum and Brown and Horford's a super team? I mean, they did win a championship. Fine. I'll go. Joe, if they're a super team, I'll go with it. Sure. Super team. Green team. Don't you think this is a super team now?
This is, on paper, a better team than the Celtics had 2 years ago.
So, because he said those strays about Jason Tatum, should I now hold a higher standard for Joel Embiid?
If they don't win the championship, it's a failure. Epic failure.
Make sure to save that sound.
Yeah.
Because I will victory lap it. And I will play it. And I will say, oh, you had 2 guys who won championships with 3 Hall of Famers and a budding all-star in Tyrese Maxey and a Yice Young player in Edgecombe with guys who've played well like Anthony Simons and Dean Wade and Barlow and those guys, but not a super team. 5 and 20. Receipts, baby. I'll remember. I remember. And I know when it stinks. Him saying that a while back. I got another one for you, Joe. A tweet from 2018. Magic Johnson and Kobe will always be the reason for the Lakers winning. That was Joel Embiid. I'll give it to you one more time because I want to be accurate with this. Lakers are forever going to be Kobe's and Magic's team. Process that. June 30th, 2018.
The timestamp there is key.
So, Joel Embiid has talked smack about Tatum having super teams. Now, Embiid has a super team. Jaylen Brown talks smack about LeBron because of Bronny. LeBron talks smack about Jaylen Brown for talking about Bronny. And now Joel Embiid has talked smack about LeBron for not being a Laker and being remembered a Laker. Should work out just fine, Joe. No problem here. They're going to share the basketball, just 5 guys that will get along. No problems whatsoever here. Nick Nurse, nothing to worry about. Defensive-minded coach, no problem.
I think there's a chance, Joe, and actually a decent chance this does not work. But from the Celtics' perspective, if your plan was, hopefully, their chemistry stinks and they fumble the bag. If that is your plan going into an offseason of, I hope, even this team is going to get massively better, and then they're going to add LeBron. Hopefully the chemistry doesn't work. And maybe that will turn out to be true, Joe, but if that is what the Celtics' plan was, I'm absolutely disgusted.
Oh, Brad's better. He's playing chess. Everyone else is joking. He's got a super team. If I had a super team, I would win too. If I go 5 for 20, we get blown out. Joel Embiid on Tatum in 2024. Receipts, everybody, receipts.
And let's not forget Jaylen Brown calling Joel Embiid a flopper as soon as their season ended. Yeah.
Oh, Joe, it's going to work out tremendously, let me tell you. I'm not happy about what's happened. Not happy about this. Did you see what I threw in Slack? The team that one time had the same type of expectations as this team here. Do you remember the old Brooklyn Nets?
Yes. Mr. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, Deron Williams, Joe Johnson, and was that Brooke Lopez?
Yeah, and Jason Kidd. How'd that work out?
Not great.
Who wants a piece of them? What could possibly go wrong? Nick Nurse and LeBron. Oh, yeah. So, Joe, it's going to be a fascinating season.
Throw the ball up, Joe.
Just throw it up, according to Jaylen Brown. What about this Draymond thing I brought up? No?
Joe, you know me. It doesn't take much to get me on your side. I would love that move.
If Draymond was coming to the East, would he be better with Detroit or Boston?
Boston.
For real, think about that for a minute.
I think Boston has a better team and a better star player.
Do you think he can help Detroit propel Boston?
I don't think Detroit has enough shooting around Cunningham, right? And Draymond can't shoot. They bring Duran back, too. I don't think that... You can't play Duran and Draymond. Duran, yep. Can't play them two in the same lineup. I don't think so. I mean, not that, Robinson might start with us, so... But I think mentality-wise, isn't Draymond have exactly what supposedly Tatum is missing? That, that mental toughness, that hoorah, that loud spoken leader... who can command a room, all the negatives, supposedly, for Tatum's leadership skills. That's right up Draymond's alley.
I just saw here the Lakers are trading Bronny James to the 76ers for a buy one, get one sandwich coupon at Chick-fil-A. It's not true. I just thought it was funny.
Would you make that deal, Joe?
Would I trade Bronny James for a buy one, get one? Yeah. I would. All right. Well, Street Team Joe's here tonight. We got Chris DeSisto as well. And we're going to do in or out. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out?
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Looking for a great deal on a stylish SUV? The Mazda CX-5 is the SUV deal you
Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
All right. It's in or out time. Let me just get this out of the way. This hour of the Sports Hub is brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra through oil change at Vrabel. It's an oil change. The official oil change at Busy People. Tonight, our crew for In or Out. He was the first intern we've ever had on this version of the night show, myself and Skaz. He used to be intern Chris. Now he is Chris DeSisto, graduate, host of The Bang from Rhode Island. Chris DeSisto is here. Hello, Chris.
Happy to be here, Joe. Thanks for having me.
You were with us last week. What were we talking about? I forget.
I was doing In or Out with Sean Silver last week.
No, I was here with you, though. We did something on the air together.
We did In or Out again, I think.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah.
So you're used to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love In or Out. It's the best.
I only sent a few In or Outs. So, Street Team Joe Ariano, who has gone from... Now, just so everyone knows, our audience knows, Joe Ariano worked on our street team. Street team is our promotions team. They're the team when they set up a tent, they hand out station swag and like koozies. And what do we have now, Chris? What's out there now?
We got t-shirts and koozies.
T-shirts, koozies, stuff like
things.
that. And but then Chris worked on the promotions team. But Street Team Joe is called Street Team Joe because there's two Joes. And then somebody said Big Joe today, and I know that's what they called you. So it can be confusing. So that's why we call him Street Team Joe. But I don't feel like we can call you Street Team Chris.
I don't get the promotion?
Well, how about, I feel like going from intern Chris to Chris is a promotion.
Yeah. No intern title. Yeah, that's that. I'll take that.
Yeah, the intern title has been removed.
I've been having intern Chris for a while.
You have been?
Yeah.
So Joe Murray's removing the interim tag faster than baseball team.
That's correct.
In town.
That's right. So technically, it is an advancement.
Yeah, I'll take it.
So what do you think Joe's got for us tonight, Joe, for In or Outs?
We're all over the place, Joe, and me, it's going to mostly be food. However, gentlemen, we're going to start with football. I know, Joe, you briefly talked about this earlier, but DeAndre Hopkins visited with the Patriots today. However, it's not to play receiver, as we had that saga a couple years ago. Everyone remembers with him and Matthew Judon and all those Instagrams. He's actually looking to coach. Gentlemen, are you in or out on DeAndre Hopkins finding a coaching role with the New England Patriots?
In. Played for Mike Vrabel, chose Mike Vrabel over the Patriots, if you remember. To me, he had the best hands I think I've seen, him and Larry Fitzgerald. Had a really tough upbringing if you want to look back at his career. Played in the Super Bowl, I think, and wrote an article about it for the Players Tribune. He lost? Yeah. I don't know if he'll be a Hall of Famer. Like Julio Jones is like on the cusp. I don't know if he is either. But to bring a guy in with an upbringing like that can relate to other people. Sometimes good players aren't good coaches. Maybe he thinks he can help. Maybe he's washed at receiver. I don't know, Chris.
I'm in on this too, Joe. I really do like it, and especially with a deep threat receiver like Kayshon Boutte, it will be a good mentor for him right there. And it's not necessarily more of A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is good, but he'll have more additional coaching from somebody like DeAndre Hopkins, who isn't the exact play style. A.J. Brown's a little bit better of a route runner, but they're both physical receivers that love the deep ball, so that's just more guidance for A.J. Brown, who's already at a high level. I really do like this a lot, and like you said, he is a Vrabel guy, which makes it even better, and Vrabel likes him too, so I think it's a good direction for the wide receiver core.
Just want to be clear. I like it. I just don't know if it will work.
Yeah, it's...
Troy Brown didn't work. I love Troy Brown.
Did Welker work when he went back?
He's not here, but he's...
with the Dolphins?
Dolphins for a while, and might have been the Texans for a bit.
I thought he went back to Denver.
I know he's with the Dolphins and Broncos.
Wes Welker's been creeping up the... when it comes to being a coach, I know he was creeping up the... Let's see, where is he now?
I think he's with the Commanders right now, actually.
Okay.
Still a wide receiver coach? Or
he's a personnel/offensive analyst in 2025, and then offensive assistant.
That sounds like a promotion, no? Wouldn't you say?
Gets a paycheck to be in the league still. Next.
All right, next, gentlemen, we're going to go to my favorite topic, Dairy Queen. Shout out Rajiv. Hope you're calling in later. Gentlemen, are you in? Dairy Queen is offering a free mini blizzard with any purchase of just $1 or more in their app if you use the app through 7/26. Gentlemen, are you in or out on a free mini blizzard if you order through the Dairy Queen app?
I hate ordering on an app unless it's Dunkin's. Actually, I hate ordering on the app. So, you ever go to McDonald's, you can pull up the app? Did that ever happen to you guys? I never pull that thing up.
I always use the app with McDonald's, actually.
Yeah, because it gives you all these free stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It needs to track my area, where I am, and then needs to decide which one I'm at, and then it needs to calculate the points, and then do I order and then just pull up in the drive-thru line? Like, how does that happen? When I do Dunks, though, I just order it, pay for it, walk in, it's there, baby, and I'm gone. All right, to get a free smoothie, I'll use it. Fine. In.
Joe, what would be your blizzard of choice these days?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Chris?
I'm gonna have to go with Oreo.
Yeah, that's pretty simple blizzards. Mine was, back in the day, strawberry banana cookie dough.
I love that.
Wow.
So you get the fruit and you get the sweet and savory.
I didn't know I had that on.
No, John, it's like Chipotle. You can go in and you can create your own at Dairy Queen.
Strawberry and cookie dough is an interesting mix.
And banana. So I'm like, ooh, is this going to be out to be a banana bite or a cookie dough bite? I don't know. But it's pretty entertaining. All right, next. Root beer float alert, gentlemen. Root beer flirt at A&W. On August 6th, you can get a free root beer float participating at any A&W restaurants from 2 to 8 p.m. No purchase necessary. I feel like I just did a commercial for them. Root beer floats, free August 6th. Gentlemen, are you in or out on a free root beer float at A&W?
In, but where's there at A&W?
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Is there one in the Cape, Joe?
There was one down the Cape, but it's gone.
It's gone? Oh. So, yeah, we're not traveling.
Yeah, I want one, but where am I going? Look it up.
Why aren't there more A&Ws? A&Ws are good.
So, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have one right now because I don't drink soda anymore. Now, could I
if I showed up with some root beer floats, you'd be taking one.
I will tell you, when I went to Vegas this year, I was offered a drink on the plane, and the options were all soda, but they did have a ginger ale. And ginger ale was my guilty
We've
pleasure.
debated about this so much. I'm like, out of all the sodas, ginger ale was your weakness.
Yeah.
I was like, that's what I drank when I was sick.
I lost 75 pounds quitting soda. Now, I did quit pizza and bread and anything that was bad as well. But in my head, soda's bad for me.
I know.
So I don't drink soda anymore. But there was a Seagram's ginger ale on the plane, and I said, give it to me. And when I took it, I drank it. It was very sweet. Put me right to sleep. It was like my body was like...
craving the sugar. Yeah.
So where do I get an A&W? Where are they?
The closest one is in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Which
Hey, Brian. Shout out Brian.
37 miles away from here.
That's not that bad.
Hey, Joe, I know a couple good restaurants down there.
Dude, Joe, we should go to Bally some night.
Yeah, I would love to go to Bally.
What do you think?
Is that near?
It's
in Lincoln.
It's the old Twin River.
Yeah, let's do it. We can make a bunch of stops.
It's actually near Bryant.
They got a good bar near Bryant too, Laura's. It's right across the street from where Parentes used to be. I get all those good Zoe stories at Parentes with Brady and we can have a time. We go to Laura's. We can stop at Bally's. There's a good sub shop called Jay's Deli right there. Has my favorite subs I've ever had. It's right into a gas. Have you ever had a good gas station? It's in a gas station, but it's just amazing. Have you ever had food that kind of looks sketchy from the outside, but then you actually eat it and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, I love places like that. On the outside, it like the Pleasant Cafe in Roslindale.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it look pleasant on the outside,
No,
Joe?
if I went in there with Haley, she'd be like insulted that I took her there.
But you'd get that pizza.
But
and you'd be
I'm
like,
sitting down and getting that pizza. Yeah, this is great.
See, just to give you an example.
All right, gentlemen, we're going up Chris's wheelhouse right here. This is the man, the myth, the legend, the movie man. Shout out Chris's new movie podcast. The Odyssey is now tracking to pass 1 billion worldwide in its box office run. It is expected to become Christopher Nolan's highest grossing film ever. Chris, I already know your answer, but Joe, are you in or out and going to see Odyssey in theaters?
What's it going to take to get me to watch a 3-hour movie in the theater?
70 millimeter.
Because think of it like this, right?
I thought you were 70 milligrams.
No,
of
I
animals.
need 70 milligrams of marijuana. No, think about this. I gotta go. Then we're getting snacks. I'm gonna eat the snacks before the show, and then the movie's gonna start. And like 90 minutes in, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna stay awake the entire time. I can't even stay awake now.
In a regular theater, I would get it, but if in 70 millimeter, there's no way you would be able to fall asleep because the speakers are so loud.
How much weed do I have to smoke? Like, how much do I need to smoke to stay awake for this thing?
Not that much.
You think I'll be all right?
It's a very
dude. I don't know if I can do 3 hours anyway.
Movie.
Dude, sometimes I put I watch an episode on Netflix. I'll get to the next one. I don't even make it to the third.
I mean, that's a TV show though. That's fair. You get burned out.
Well, I will say I used to go every Christmas to watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
3 hours, and I was locked in, baby.
Actually, when this movie came out, the only thing people were using to describe it was Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Chris, can you do any impersonations?
I was seeing these clips. I could. No,
Can you do anyone from The Dark Knight, Chris? Say Batman or Bane or the Joker.
I can maybe try Joker. I got these. You want to know how I got these scars?
How?
I put a razor blade in my mouth and I go around.
Not bad.
And now I'll never stop smiling.
Okay. Not bad.
I picked Gotham's White Knight and turned him into the other side. You see, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
That's a great one.
It's good, Joe.
That's really good.
Can you give me a Riddler?
I honestly don't know what the Riddler sounds like.
Jim Carrey.
Hand up. I just started watching The Penguin last night.
Can you give me an Oswald Cobblepot?
Is that the Oz and
No, it's the Penguin. Penguin is Oswald
Cobblepot.
It's Oz and Penguin.
You see, Vic, it's just us in the world, man. You know, you gotta look out for yourself, Vic. You gotta look out for yourself. They're gonna want to take you down. You gotta take what's yours, Vic. You gotta do what it needs to be done. Don't worry about anyone else. You want more in this world? You want more? You're not gonna be remembered for dying. For dying in the projects. You gotta get more, Vic. Come on now. Leave the girl behind, all right, Vic?
Can you do a Bane, Chris?
They expect one of us in the wreckage.
I said that more than that sounded like Sean Connery. Octopus. Okay. And next.
Oh, God, that could have gone. All right, next.
I'll watch The Odyssey in. Fine, I'll watch it.
You got it. I'm going 5 times, Joe. I've already done it twice. I got 3 more
Can
planned.
I tell you, when I was
might do another.
When I was a kid, when we didn't have cars, I lived in Boston, so we could take the 34E bus, where Pleasant Cafe is, Joe. I'd get on the bus there. It would take me to, you know where Legacy Place is now? That used to be the movie theater when we were kids. So it would drop us off at the top, and then we would walk down. I'd be at the theater all day long. We used to be able to grease this old guy at Bach, dude, and we could hang out at the theater all day long.
It's the best. Nothing beats it.
You could watch like 4 movies a day.
Forget about everything.
And then the last bus was 8:40, so we had to get back to the bus.
That's a great day. I bet it was very cheap back then, too.
I don't even know if we paid to get on the bus.
Are you going popcorn, candies, slushy? What are you going
Joe, today? Man, okay, back in like my heyday when I didn't care about my weight and all that stuff, I was getting a popcorn, a slush. I'd buy M&Ms and put them in the popcorn.
Yeah, that
and
sounds
then I
great.
would get a pack of watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
You're having a time. You're having a time. I'm in.
I need to stay awake. I mean, you're having fun, right?
Yeah, having fun.
I mean, is that
Sugar
too much?
rush.
Is that too much?
I don't usually go for candies. I'm usually just popcorn and soda, but I like mixing in some like M&Ms. That's always the best. But watermelon Sour Patch Kids, you can't go wrong with those.
I like them better than regular Sour Patch Kids.
You know what candy I like nowhere but the movies, and this is kind of wild to say, is snow caps.
Snow Caps.
Yeah, I will never eat them.
I will only eat them if I'm at the movies. Is that maybe that's a thing?
Maybe it is. It's just a nice texture breakup from the popcorn.
Have you ever put M&Ms on top of your popcorn?
Yes, very
And
good.
then you dip your hand in and you just.
But wouldn't the
chocolate and
M&Ms
butter.
all drop to the bottom?
That's the key. You need to get it all down. And well, no, you need to just mix it all around.
Yeah.
I kind of want to
You
just
need
go-
napkins.
Yeah.
You need napkins.
I have a hard
Or
time
wear an
believing-
undershirt, Joe, and rub your.
I have a hard time believing I'm going to be able to share this with the girl and she'll still like me afterwards. This may have to be a boys' trip. All right, next, Joe, we're going to your favorite singer and songwriter. And we talked about the prediction markets yesterday. Justin Bieber is now the heavy favorite to headline the Super Bowl halftime show. Bieber is taking over 65% chance from the bets for the 2027 Super Bowl halftime show at SoFi Stadium. Gentlemen, are you in or out on a Justin Bieber halftime performance at the Super Bowl?
Who's the other people that's on the betting list?
I see Shakira. Can you get me the other one?
Shakira ruled at the World Cup. Every time she moved her hips, I felt like I heard drums.
Would you be in on Shakira?
Yeah.
There's some bets.
How many? I only
she already do it?
I think I know. She might have.
With
I only
J-Lo?
know 3 songs from Shakira. Wherever, whatever, and then Hips Don't Lie.
I see Tate McRae on here. Would you be
Tate McRae out?
Out. She's from Canada, but she's gorgeous and very talented.
Yep.
Eminem.
Yeah, and
He already did it though too.
He
Yeah,
already
he did it
but
too.
they can invite him back.
I'd take Miley Cyrus over Bieber. But yeah, are you gonna throw me One Time and Baby and Never Say Never and Boyfriend and Beauty and the Beat and What Do You Mean and Sorry and Love Yourself and Peaches and Intentions to Stay? I know all the hits. I don't want them. Out.
Chris?
I'm also out on this. I'm out. And originally it was because I don't know if you guys remember the Coachella thing where he was just playing videos from YouTube and it was like speculated he didn't own his music and that's why. But I just don't. I mean, there's not really like any. Oh my God, like he's playing this song. Like everybody rushed to the TV. Like we got to see this one song unless like. I mean, for me, it's like Baby because you'll get a good laugh. Like it's not. I don't really think that Justin Bieber, maybe a couple of years ago when he was coming out with music like all the time, would be a halftime show. But I think like Cardi B or Taylor Swift is on here. But I would J. Cole or I'm not going to say Drake because I'm a Kendrick guy. But I think those are better options. Ariana Grande, like it's a little bit, but it's a toss up. I just don't like Justin Bieber as the halftime show. I don't think that's a main seller.
Anything else, Joe? Because we got to get going shortly.
Yeah, that will wrap up.
There's
in
no
or out.
more?
I'll give you one more here real quick. Joe, this is a classic big guy snack, but I'm not really into it. Auntie Anne's is giving away a free cinnamon pretzel on 7/26 with purchase
baby.
of another
Anne's.
pretzel.
Oh, I got to buy one to get another.
Those things are huge, aren't they?
I don't want to. Maybe I can give it to the guy behind me.
You wouldn't take the second free pretzel? Come on, we're not above.
Of course I would.
You would love that, like late night.
Oh, late night. I might.
I see ones like you can get one cinnamon, one regular, one with the pepperoni on it. Like you can get. Looks like there's a little sauce here.
I felt like I threw an in or out in earlier that I can't remember.
Is the pepperoni one good? I've never had that. The Auntie Anne's.
There's a lot going on there. Was it the uniforms, Joe?
Yes.
I kind of.
In or out of the Rams' new uniforms.
I saw one picture of them. I'm out. The yellow was disgusting.
Yeah, I wasn't too in on them either.
All right.
Did you like them?
They were fine. A lot of uniforms don't do it for me. Well, actually, every once in a while, a college uniform does. I got CM Punk and Cody Rhodes on my television right now. Both look mad. Oh,
good promo.
Later on tonight, I have a story regarding Cody Rhodes and John Cena that involves going to the drive-thru. I would like to share that later. And you know who we're going to talk to coming up next? John Sarianides, New England Football Journal. I believe he's in Florida, he told me. I wonder if maybe he's seen Roman Anthony. Maybe he has. But let's get the lowdown on the Pats. A little college football action, maybe some high school stuff. Who knows? Who knows what we talked to John Sarianides about, but we'll do that next. You have been listening to In or Out.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, this is
strong finger all up and go.
This is home of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics. WBZ FM and HD Boston 98.5. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lead 3-0 right now. Bottom of the 8th inning. LeBron James to the 76ers. Mike Vrabel says he expects Christian Gonzalez at practice. Headlines are brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. I'm Joe Murray.
The Sports Hub. 3 legendary franchises on one legendary radio station. It's the Sports Hub.
All right, we'll talk to John Sarianides coming up after this. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
At Planet Fitness, your pace is as personal as your playlist. That's why right now you can get best-in-class equipment, free fitness training, and up to 3 free months of Apple Music when you join for $1 down, $15 a month, no commitment. Deal ends July 31st. Additional fees and restrictions.
40 years.
Man, anger, misery. Still gets me going.
Yeah.
That's football season's here. John, what are you doing in Florida?
Taking a little break, a little R&R with the family. You know, we're down here in Orlando.
Ooh.
Going to do some family time, maybe some Disney, maybe go to Tampa and catch the Rays. Maybe if we're feeling up to it, drive down to Miami. Who knows? So a week away from it all.
Yeah. So you're not going to be there this Saturday then?
I'm not there tomorrow. No.
It's going to be.
I'm back at the end of next week, and then I'll be there the following week.
All right. I'll be there the 7th down at the Pats, which I think's a Friday.
Excellent. Well, then I should be there that day. So.
Okay. Well, I'll be looking above Gillette Stadium during the preseason of workouts.
The frozen tundra of Gillette Stadium.
Well, Boston Stadium to some, I think.
Yeah.
But no, it's Boston again. You're a Disney.
Don't get me started with that.
You're a Disney guy?
No. My daughter is. Me, no.
Okay.
No. You can't. Here's the thing, right? Like, theoretically speaking, you can't be someone who's introduced the Harvester of Sorrow, be my age, and be a Disney guy. It doesn't work. It's like vanilla ice cream and mustard.
You're right. Oh, yeah. That is kind of funny now that I think about it. All right, John. Well, just so you know, we got calls early on tonight. With all this LeBron stuff going on, I couldn't believe people really wanted to talk football. So maybe everybody is excited about football where you can go to camp tomorrow. But we had multiple people, not just one, multiple, that don't think the Patriots will be a top 5 team in the AFC this year. And I'm flabbergasted by that. And I wanted to get your take on people thinking that.
Well, I think a lot of people are putting too much stock into the schedule. I think that's the problem here. And the other thing I think they're putting a lot of stock into is the Super Bowl jinx. And that's been a thing the last few years in the NFL, where if you're the Super Bowl loser, typically those teams haven't bounced back well. They struggle the following season. I still think if this team stays healthy, they're better on paper. They're a top 5 team in the AFC. Look, the AFC is good, and as you can imagine, the Kansas City Chiefs will be back. It'll be the usual suspects. Ravens, Bengals, they'll be in playoff contention with Cincinnati. Of course, it comes down to health and their defense. The AFC is good, but I still think when you look at this team on paper, they're still one of the 5 best teams in the AFC. I don't know how you could say they're not, especially because I think they're a better team roster-wise this year than they were last year. And again, I know people are going to hang their hat on the schedule, and I understand that. But I still think this team is talented enough that at best, this could be a 10, 11, maybe, dare I say, even a 12-win team if things break their way and they stay healthy.
Okay, my take behind it was you have to eliminate last year. Like, I'm not maybe there's some positives you can take away from last year and go into the Super Bowl and losing. I just looking at this as adding A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs and a fullback, one of the best fullbacks in football, taking them away from Buffalo. I'm beefing up your offensive line. Like, dude, they can do things they couldn't do a year ago. They struggled, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So I just feel like right there, that's going to protect Drake May a little bit more. I think it will allow him maybe not to make or force turnovers. But, like, that's different. When you can get those yards and short yardage and in red zone, I just think they're going to be a completely different team with those two. And I've just brought up 3 guys in Brown, Dobbs, and Gilliam.
Well, look, when you look at them in 21 personnel, you go Brown is your X, Dobbs is your Z, Henry at the wide, Gilliam at the fullback, and then, I mean, whether it's Stevenson, Henderson, I think you have one of the best, if not the best running back tandem in the league right now. That's a pretty formidable 21 personnel grouping, and they're going to be tough to defend because they'll have the ability to get into 21, get into 20, because you have a fullback, which is a rare personnel grouping in football. If you can get something out of Eli Reardon as your second tight end, they'll obviously get into a lot of 12 stuff as well. The bottom line is this team's going to have a lot of personnel grouping and formation flexibility where they're going to be able to create a lot of mismatches. And I think it's going to put defenses in a bind in terms of how they play them. And you go back to the dynasty years, Joe, one of the things that I thought they did so well offensively was they were able to create matchup problems for defenses using personnel, alignment, and formations. And I think McDaniels is going to be able to go back to his roots in a way and be able to do that with this skill group. And again, it'll come down to the offensive line. They've got to stay healthy. They've got to be better. But if they can protect May, this team should be, on paper, a top 5 offense with the talent they have in that system.
Absolutely. I'm very high on the Patriots, and forgive me for thinking that adding 2 of the better receivers in football. I mean, dude, I know you're a Packers guy. Like Romeo Doubs, dude, it's weird. I think he can play the slot, but I've really only seen him as an X. But I feel like, do you think he's the biggest beneficiary of the upgraded offense this year?
Absolutely. And here's the thing about Romeo Doubs. You go back and you watch him in Green Bay, he played the X, he played the Z, he played the F. He can line up in upwards of 4 different alignments. So he really gives you a lot of flexibility. To your point about him being able to play in the slot, he can do that. He can be that big slot that gives you a matchup advantage, especially in the red zone with his route running. He is one of the best route runners in the NFL, in my opinion. He's one of the cleanest route runners. That versatility, that alignment versatility, and that route running, it's gonna be big for this team. And look, his numbers didn't jump out at you in Green Bay, but as you know, in Green Bay, they had a lot of mouths to feed there. It's going to kind of be the same thing here, but he's a guy that you all of a sudden, week 15, week 16, you're looking at the stats, and this dude's got 7-8 touchdowns, and he's pushing 1,000 yards receiving and 65, 70 receptions. So he's that kind of guy. But that alignment versatility is going to come in really handy for this offense, again, when they're trying to generate matchups.
Talking with John Sarianides. He's from New England Football Journal. Let's have a conversation about Gabe Akis in terms of when he'll be signed. And do you think that a guy like Akis, I'm not looking at John, I'm not a reporter, But from what I hear, it's money.
You just play one on TV.
Well, it's true. On YouTube. I'm not a reporter, but I think it really is about the money, not about his injuries. And you know the deal with second-round picks now getting guaranteed money. So forget that conversation. If he does sign a little bit later, let's say it's next week, is it easier for a edge rusher to make an impact and fit into a rotation than it is, let's say, some other position on defense?
It is, but here's the problem. He missed a lot of classroom time in the spring. So he's already behind because he wasn't there for the base install. He might have been in the meetings, but he wasn't participating. He wasn't repping things. He wasn't practicing. And so I think ultimately, yes, if he's going to be a situational sub-package pass rusher, and that's all they envisioned for him this season, a guy that played 15, 20 snaps a game, then yes, eventually he can round into form and come in and make an impact. Maybe not right away, but by mid-season. But if they're envisioning him being a guy that's the first guy off the bench after their two starters, and he's going to play on multiple downs, and he's going to have multiple responsibilities, he's not ready for that. He's way too far behind. And the other part of this is the knee injury. We don't really know fully just how injured that knee is or where he is in his recovery or if he's even going to be ready to go. So I think that's another part of it here. But while on the surface you may look at this and say, sure, as a situational pass rusher, he can walk right in and eventually play meaningful snaps and rep, it's still going to take him some time because he didn't get those reps in the spring.
Yeah, and this is just me being, watching. Again, there's different, scenarios here, apples and oranges. But remember, like a guy like Harrison came in, but from Pittsburgh years ago, and just they played him in the first game and he had 2 sacks, right? Like it's just, maybe it's me, but I do feel like it's a guy that if he maybe is behind, he's skilled enough. Not to mention the relationship with their college coach Bielema and all that. I don't know. Vrabel didn't seem concerned today, and I'm not either.
Well, here's the thing, but I will say this. You're talking about a guy in Harrison who had been a longtime veteran in the league, nowhere near the learning curve that Akis has.
Yep.
And the thing with edges, I think a lot of people think, well, he's just going to line up in a 5-tech and go. Well, it's more than that. I mean, is he against certain formations, certain calls? He might be a walk-away overhang, or there might be a zone blitz call where he has to bluff and go or bluff and drop. Like there's a lot of nuance to that position, even in the Patriots defense. Even though in this scheme, unlike the Belichick scheme, even in this scheme where it's more of a traditional 40-front scheme, I still think he's going to have a steeper learning curve than a guy like Harrison, who by the time he got here had been in the league 12, 13 years and could play in this defense in his sleep. That's not going to be the case with a guy coming from college where he's not going to have the experience with the volume of an NFL defense that Harrison had. That's the difference.
All right, Sean, Drake May, looks like he's bulked up this offseason. Did you check out any of that Seth Wickersham stuff sitting with the Broncos? And, there's a lot there. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, it's a Seth Wickersham story on ESPN. He had a chance to sit with Denver during their playoff run. And one of the things that he mentioned was how the knock on May was if you hit him, he'll turn the ball over. And they even went to Belichick and showed some of the defensive schemes. Hey, is this how we can contain him? Whatever. But I feel like if Sean Payton thinks that, does the rest of the league think that? And do you think maybe that's why the Patriots might not be getting the consideration? And you mentioned the schedule and all that stuff. How much does Drake May have to do with maybe people being a little sour on the Patriots this year?
Well, here's the thing. The football coach in me, I'm going to start there. The football coach in me is like, give me a break. No shizzle Sherlock. Any quarterback, if you hit him and you hit him enough, he's going to force the ball and turn it over. So that's not exactly earth-shattering. However, all that being said, it is important to realize here that at times last year when he got hit, yes, you could see it, especially down the stretch and in the playoffs, when he was getting hit and he became uncomfortable, he had a tendency to speed up his clock, get rid of the ball quicker, and put the ball in harm's way. So there is some truth to that. But I do think it's important to keep things in a perspective. That's any quarterback. If you hit any quarterback enough, I don't care how great they are, you're going to throw them off their spot, you're going to throw their timing off, and you're going to get in their head. Even the great Tom Brady, it happened to him, it happened to Peyton Manning, it happened to Joe Montana. So while, yes, part of it is that, you know what, on film, he looked rattled at times, I think that applies to any quarterback, but it is something that I'm sure this offseason, when Josh McDaniels had an opportunity to work with him, it is something that I'm sure they talked about and went over and watched an extensive amount of film to get him to slow things down, not look at the rush, keep his eyes downfield, work his progression, and get the ball off. And I'll say this, Joe, you really saw what the Wickersham story talks about when he threw the ball over the middle of the field on dig routes and those type of timing routes that require precision breaks by the receivers and ball placement by the quarterback. That's where you saw where he would, I hate using the term skittish, but that's where you saw where he would get skittish at times. If he got hit, it would be on those throws.
All right, John. I have 3 more questions for you.
I have 3 more answers for you.
Because I want to let you go. You're on vacation. I'm bothering you.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all good. I just made some nachos. The family is fed. Everybody's happy.
I asked Street
We can talk football.
When you were talking, I talked into the talk back to Street. Street Team Joe's running the show tonight. Skaz is off. So, like, literally, Street Team Joe went from promotions team to running the board as a producer. So
it's awesome, man. I'm happy for Street Team Joe. He's a good dude.
That's right. And, you know, he said how hungry he was to me, and you just mentioned nachos. So now I'm kind of curious, was it just cheese on the nachos with dipping, or, you know, is it that all that stuff on the nachos?
So, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I MacGyvered this meal, and what I mean by that is we had no salt, no pepper here, because we're at a timeshare. No salt, no pepper, no ingredients. All I literally did was I took 93% lean ground beef, put a little bit of water in there, and let the beef do the work. I cooked it up. I didn't even have a sheet pan to put the nachos on, so I cooked them in a frying pan. I put the ground beef on. I put the cheese on. I put it in the oven. I broiled them, but I didn't close the oven door. I kept it open, so it broiled them just enough, and it allowed me to grab the handle. I pulled them out. Now, I will say, full disclosure, I did burn the cutting board, plastic cutting board, so that could be an issue. But overall, they came out really good considering, like I said, I had no ingredients. We have no sour cream, no guac. We just went full plain. But I did a pretty good job MacGyvering it. My mother would be proud.
That's great. I'm very very happy to know that on vacation you know how to find a way to make nachos.
You got to do what you got to do, brother. You know how it works.
I know. John, yesterday somebody called in the show and asked us for 3 Heisman candidates or any college athletes we should be putting on the Heisman watch this year. Do you have anybody? I haven't done my full research yet. I mentioned Sayin from Ohio State. I just feel like
he's going to put up big numbers. He's one of the names I was going to mention.
I think him, Bo Jackson, and Smith. Give me three better: quarterback, running back, receiver. Give me a team better than that.
Well, I think a guy at quarterback that I would keep an eye on is Sam Levitt at LSU, the Arizona State transfer. I think he's going to put up big numbers in Lane Kiffin's offense. And I think he's a guy that could find himself in the running by midseason. Because, I mean, again, I think when you look at that system and what they were able to do last year with Trinidad Chambliss, who's the other guy I was going to mention, by the way, when you see what they did with him, you can easily do that with Levitt, who I think is a more talented pocket passer. So he's definitely a name to keep an eye on. Trinidad Chambliss is another name I would keep an eye on. I think that, you know, when you look at him and what he can do, he's dynamic as a dual-threat quarterback. He's another guy that I would watch in terms of what he can do. But let's be honest here with the Heisman Trophy, right? It's a quarterback award now. It's the Davey O'Brien on steroids. So the reality is when we have a conversation about Heisman Trophy candidates, I really, truly think it begins and ends with that position. Those are the guys that are in the running every year. Those are the guys that are favorites. So those are the guys that win it. But Julian Sain is going to put up big numbers. That's a name to obviously keep an eye on. We know in that offense he's going to put up big numbers with Ryan Day leading the charge there. Another guy to keep an eye on is Josh Hoover, who transferred from TCU to Indiana. We saw what Fernando Mendoza did last year. He's the guy that could also be a sleeper Heisman candidate, even though he struggled down the stretch last year.
Interesting. Yeah, I got to look up who's moved, what, where, all that stuff, because it is absolutely all over the place, and I've already pulled up I don't know what to do this year. John, it's going to be a wild year, but Ohio State's the favorite. Notre Dame. Wow. Texas and Indiana, Oregon, Georgia, LSU, Miami again on that list. Wow.
I'll give you another name, too, that I the more I think about it, I saw him play in person last year, and I was really impressed. Another guy that I would keep an eye on as a dark horse Heisman candidate, again, we're talking quarterback here, C.J. Carr at Notre Dame. You mentioned Notre Dame. He's the guy to keep an eye on. I think he's primed for a big year for the Irish.
Couldn't believe they were the second favorites right now. Very, very interesting there. LeBron James to the 76ers. Your thoughts?
Well, look, I mean, he's ring chasing. Thankfully, it's going to be his last 2 years in the league. He pretty much said that today in his barrage of tweets. Look, on paper, yes, they're probably the favorite in the East, but there's a lot of things that are going to go into that. And I think it's two things: health, and are there enough basketballs to go around? We know Joel Embiid isn't going to play 40 games. That's why I call him Joel Embiid, because he's always hurt. And we know James is probably only going to play about 60 because he's the load management specialist at this point in his career. So then it comes down to, are there enough basketballs to go around between Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe? A starting five on paper, if they're perfectly healthy, it's probably the best starting five in the league. Are they probably the favorites in the East? Yeah, I would say. But I think there's a lot of question marks with this team. Can Nick Nurse get them to play together? Can they stay healthy? And again, there's a lot of mouths to feed there. Is Jaylen Brown going to like deferring? He thought he was the man here last year. He's coming off arguably the best season of his career. Now he's going to play third or fourth fiddle. There's going to be a lot of personalities and a lot of egos there to massage if you're Nick Nurse. And I don't think it's going to be as good as people think it is. It could go sideways as well.
I'm pissed that the Celtics did this. I'm pissed.
Yeah, I am too, because he doesn't end up there if they don't trade Jaylen Brown.
Exactly. Pissed.
Yeah.
But, you know,
he probably ends up in Miami, to be honest with you.
True. In a way, if it doesn't work out, Jason Tatum will be the biggest winner. Right?
Yeah.
And not to mention next year they'll be able to go over the cap and add and blah, blah, blah. All right. I don't know if you've been watching wrestling. I have it on in the studio, but your thoughts on Nick Aldis now being a wrestler taking on Gunther?
I thought that took a lot longer than I thought it would when he joined the company. I thought that within a year he would have been back in the ring. So I'm not surprised. I just think that took a lot longer than I expected. There's been chatter out there that he's wanted to return to wrestle. So, and now look, here's the thing: Gunther doesn't need to be put over, but what does it do to Gunther's momentum if the GM of SmackDown beats him? Not a good look. So you got to figure Gunther's going to win.
I was hoping that they actually maybe referenced Aldis's past. Hey, he's been pretty good, but we haven't got that yet. So maybe we'll see it.
Maybe his wife can manage him. Mickey James is his wife.
That's right.
So
I love Mickey James personally. Great person. Maybe she does come in and help. Wait, I'm trying. Gunther's wife, I think, is a wrestler too, but in Belfast or something. I forget where they're from.
Maybe there's still a week left until SummerSlam. Maybe they could somehow tonight into next week massage this to where it becomes a mixed tag match.
Interesting. Finally, New England Football Journal is looking for interns. I saw this week. What an amazing opportunity to work with one of the best in the industry. John, how do people get involved in this?
So a couple of things. One, we put out, on LinkedIn the other day and on X that we're looking for freelancers to cover high school and college football as well as content creators. I think with the content creator piece, we've had a great response, first and foremost. A lot of people have reached out, which we really appreciate. But I do think it's important to point out that while the Patriots are a big part of our coverage. This opportunity is geared more towards people who want to write, who want to cover games, who want to do some of the video stuff. That's really what this is about. It's not so much an opportunity to come in and write about the Patriots. So I do want to clarify that, but we've had a tremendous response. We've had a really good run in our short history of helping people take the next step in their career. Tony Catalina, who was our UConn guy, he's now with 24/7. We had another young man who ended up covering UCLA after he left us. Another young man is now doing sports in Arizona as a news anchor, Paul Varzella. So we are a good opportunity, especially for young people that are looking for that stepping stone and looking for that experience to put on their resume. We're a really good opportunity. And if you're willing to cover high school and some college games for us, you're also going to get paid to cover the game. So, or you can intern. We have multiple opportunities, but best way to get in touch with us is you can either DM me or Kevin Stone on X or on Instagram, whatever social media platforms you use, or you can email me directly at johnjohnewftbj@gmail.com. And feel free to send along your resume, and we'll let you know if what we have and what we can do.
Awesome. I think it would be a great opportunity. Fred Toucher's son, Milo Toucher. I just
submitted to Maine.
I was going to say I saw it on New England Baseball Journal.
A Boston Baseball Journal.
Sorry,
yes.
Boston Baseball.
Yes.
But that's where I saw
and by the way, if you see Fred, tell him that I reached out to Milo because I'd like to do a Q&A with him on his commitment to Maine baseball.
Fred is at Memoir right now. I probably haven't mentioned this yet, but you'll appreciate this. They're doing a 40 birthday party for Adolfo, who's 40, and Nick Gemelli, who's 40 tonight.
Wow. Where does time go that those guys are 40?
Yeah.
They're men. They're 40.
I'm a man. Where is Mike Gundy right now, actually, speaking of that?
I don't know, combing his mullet somewhere. I mean, he got a hell of a buyout, so he's probably living off the money he made on his buyout. He's a man. He's like 60 now.
Very interesting, that whole... where is he? Yeah, doesn't show that he's...
He should do TV. I think he'd be great on TV. He's got that look, too.
Yeah, he's got a great look. But yes,
he's like a Midwestern Steve Spurrier.
But yes, if Fred is listening, dude, Milo, he's 6'6", bro. He throws like 90 miles per hour and can dunk a basketball.
He's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. Maine got a good one, and I'll take it a step further. I mean, I think this is a kid who I think is draftable in the next 2 years. You look at Cam Schlittler. Cam Schlittler is the best example of it. Cam Schlittler threw in the high 80s in high school. He played at Walpole High School for my good friend Chris Costello. And by the time he got to Northeastern, Mike Lav and his staff got him up to 92, 93. The Yankees take him in the 7th round. He starts working with Matt Blake, who was Kirk Frederick's pitching coach at Lincoln Sudbury way back when. And now they got him throwing 98 to 100. So, and same thing just like Milo. I mean, Cam he was 6'6", but once he figured it out, got stronger. Look what he's doing now.
All right, John. I appreciate you. And, I know we try to do this during football season. You want to do it again this year? Try to keep it going every week, something like that?
Of course, absolutely, man. I'm always down to talk ball with you.
All right. So we'll, hey, I try to find a sponsor. I don't know. Who knows, John? Maybe someday someone just says, hey, I want to pay that guy, John.
Well, look, there's a lot of Greek pizza shop owners out there. There's some good Greek restaurants out there.
That's right.
Greeks love Greeks. Nobody loves a Greek quite like a Greek.
You know what?
We might have to spin it that way.
I might have to reach out. Okay, I'm going to talk to a sales guy because I love Yeddo City, and I love I like the
Dude, you just took the words out of my mouth. We should reach out to Gyro City.
But I like the French fries in the Yeddo. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's traditional. That's how you do it. In Greece, you get the fries in the souvlaki. That's how it's supposed to be.
We're killing Street Team Joe back there right now talking about.
He's probably drowning in his own saliva at this point.
He's counting. He's like, oh, my God, 70 more minutes, please. All right, John, go enjoy the rest of your Florida trip, man. We'll catch up soon.
All right, brother. Good talking to you guys. Have a good night.
You got it. He's John Sarianides, everybody, New England Football Journal. And I really mean this. He just mentioned just 3 people that have I don't want to use it as a stepping stone job, but John cares about college and high school, and that's his focus. And if you want to help him out, he's a great guy to learn from. He's been in the business for 25 years, and, guy, it's a great job. And Kevin Stoney's still going. What do you got, Joe?
You guys just made me so hungry.
Yeah.
Especially those nachos
Have you
he
met
was
John?
describing. Yeah, John's come in studio once.
Yeah,
I met him, yeah. Great guy.
John also been to the Pleasant Cafe.
Oh, he loves the Pleasant Cafe?
From Rozzy.
Oh, what do you think he's ordering?
He's getting the sausage. He's getting a pizza, but he's getting a sausage meal and an appetite, maybe a toasted ravioli.
Oh.
I'm going to stop now. Okay. All right. Well, we're late. What else is new? We're going to do the headline right now? All right, let's do the headline. Fine.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox hanging on to a lead right now in the 7th, up 4-3, and LeBron James is a 76er. What a play by Masataka Yoshida. Headlines, they are brought to you by Deanne Van Lines. Take the chance out of your move and make the sure bet with Deanne Van Lines. An approved mover to the Department of Defense, DeanneVanLines.com. I'm Joe Murray.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Streamline your IT with IntraSystems. An IntraSystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security.
The Red Sox and Blue Jays tied at 4 right now in the top of the 8th inning. Garrett Whitlock in the game, but a sac fly by Toronto tied the game at 4. There is 1 out, runner on first base. Red Sox were out to a 3-0 lead in this game. Also, LeBron James is heading to Philadelphia. He'll be joining Jaylen Brown. Right now, they are plus 900 to win the NBA championship. And Mike Vrabel spoke at a press conference today as the Patriots, back at practice tomorrow. He expects Christian Gonzalez to be out there and gave an update on Gabe Akis, hoping for a contract resolution. Headlines are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, keeping drains flowing for homes and businesses in the greater Boston area since 1976. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm Joe Murray.
You want a random take? Murray's got all sorts on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
All right, Marty's Musings here on the Sports Hub. Red Sox and Blue Jays tied at 4. When it ends, we'll discuss it. Until then, let's muse. Let's muse, baby. Street Team Joe's in tonight for Skaz. Chris DeSisto of the Bang Hour. How do people find the Bang, Chris?
It's on Spotify. You look up the DeSisto Bang Hour, DESISTO. Or just the Bang Hour. The Bang Hour will also come up.
How do you say Rhode Island?
Rhode Island.
Okay. Usually it's Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Rhode Island. People in Rhode Island also don't know what accent they want. Is it Boston? Is it
got Cranston? Got Johnston accents.
What is that? It's kind of funny, but people hate Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
they think Connecticut isn't a part of New England. They throw so much shade at Connecticut.
I have a ton of people I love from Connecticut, but I hate Connecticut.
But so you hate Connecticut? No, what do you mean? There's nothing there.
It's just. When I think of Connecticut, I just think of the woods. It's not near a beach.
What are you talking about? The other is.
I mean, there's a couple, but then everybody from Connecticut comes to Rhode Island for the beaches.
So okay, Newport and the beaches are beautiful, and Rhode Island's called
the best part of Rhode Island.
It's called the Ocean State for a reason. There.
Yeah,
but I like Connecticut. I know people think it's the worst of the 6 states or whatever, but I love the casinos. Foxwoods, Mohegan.
Foxwoods is great.
I think Mystic's a really nice town. You get the best pizza in the world in New Haven, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say New Haven Pizza and then Mystic Pizza too. That's a movie and a really good pizza place.
Yep. I love that whole area. Engine Room is a fantastic breakfast joint if you ever go over there. But dude, I used to love to go to Foxwoods and hang out and then go to the area and go to the beach.
But like even when you're driving to Foxwoods though, like it's just all woods. Like you look out the window in Foxwoods, it's just woods.
Well, speaking of driving, did you guys see Tony Romo? Did you see this one, Joe?
I saw it in Slack a little bit.
So Tony Romo got pulled over and arrested for OWI. Does that look like a man who was drinking or a guy that's high as a kite? Allegedly. Come on, look at his face.
Oh yeah, now that you say that, yeah.
By the way, he
looks happy to be there.
He's got such a
Very
punchable
happy.
face anyways. But, Tony Romo, by the way, has been sucking. Wouldn't we admit? He's been sucking as far as his, I don't know, Jim, is that like now that I
Here
see
we go.
Now, exactly. Now that I see this photo, does he look like he's high as a kite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like if the officer asked him, like, have you had anything to drink tonight? He's like, I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
Jim, it might have. He got arrested in Milwaukee. According to the report, Romo stopped Thursday, 6/18, performed poorly on a standardized field sobriety test. He was taken into custody and booked and released around 11 p.m. Romo spent we know about him, 4-time Pro Bowler, CBS, NFL. Romo was given a court date scheduled to appear September 21st, 8:30 a.m. Is there a game that night? Listen, do I think anyone should lose their job over operating while under the influence? By the way, I doubt this is alcohol, but that's me being alleged, right? Me being, just guessing. But who would take over for him? And I know a lot of people say Greg Olson and stuff like that, but you got to keep it in the family with CBS, I got a name. I don't know if it's polarizing. It's not Tony Romo. But I think he does a fantastic job, like really good job. I think Jason McCourty's awesome on the air.
Joe, I was just going to say that.
Really?
I really enjoy Jason McCourty.
He is spectacular.
He's really good.
And I love him he does a lot of radio games when I'm on my way home. I hear him on the games. He's really good. So I don't know if he's the next TV analyst, because again, he does a lot of radio, but I've seen him on TV. He's good too, I don't know. I'd have to look up who else is TV. It's not Adam Archuleta, right? That guy sucks.
Joe, my dad's good friend actually produces the McCourty podcast.
Oh, really?
Maybe I'll send him this clip and just let him know that Joe Murray thinks very highly of him.
Yeah, and I've interviewed him.
Good interview?
I doubt he knows who I am. Yeah, because he's honest. All right, so J.J. Watt could be one. Trent Green? No. Jason McCourty on that list. Adam Archuleta. It's McCourty. It's
Charles Davis?
So he's okay. Did he just get let go? No, someone just got let go. I'm thinking of ESPN because there's so many now.
Yeah. If you did it seniority wise, I feel like Charles Davis would be the next one.
And I'm thinking play by play because color commentary, but still but here I am trying to get the guy fired after I saying he shouldn't lose his job. So anyways, that's just my own take on that. But man, he looks high as a kite. Right? Am I wrong on that?
No, he definitely does.
Anyways. All right, guys. I saw this yesterday. Where's my music? This is me putting you on the spot, Joe. A Detroit woman deposited $50 into BetMGM. She turned it into $3.3 million over 6 days. The casino paid her out $100,000, said congratulations, suspended her account, and kept the rest. She spent 4 years fighting through every court in Michigan just to get her day in court. She still does not have the money. The report, Jacqueline Davis deposited $50 into her BetMGM account on March 18th, 2021. Started playing a game called Lucko the Roulette. You ever played that, Joe? Lucko the Roulette.
What is that?
I don't know. I love roulette, though. I always either bet black, red, or certain numbers. The other thing with roulette is you got to put like $100 up because you need a lot of coins to put them everywhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of chips. Her first bet was a $4 and $50 bet. She lost it. She kept playing over and over the next 6 days. This is what the Michigan Supreme Court later described as what happened as a heater of epic magnitude. A heater. As her winnings grew, she pressed her bets higher. By March 23rd, she was wagering $5,000 per spin. Her account balance reached $3,289,500,075. She requested a $100,000 withdrawal. BetMGM approved it by email. A VIP host called, discussed the transfer of such a large of the platform. They congratulated her on her winnings. The next day, her account was suspended for unusual activity. BetMGM's investigation found a software malfunction had started on her 28th play. Win amounts were being multiplied when transferred from the game screen to her wallet. They said her account should have read 0 by play 368. They removed the game from Michigan entirely. Davis sued for fraud and breach of contract. The Wayne Circuit Court dismissed her case. The Court of Appeals upheld the dismissal. Both courts said Michigan gaming laws gave the regulatory exclusive jurisdiction over the disputes. Now the Michigan Gaming Control Board is being investigated. Oh, man. All 7 justices ruled unanimously that she has the right to take BetMGM to trial. The case was sent back to court. The trial hasn't happened yet. It's now 2026. She's still waiting. BetMGM has not commented. A woman turned 50 into $3.3 million. All right. So this one's going to have to go to court, guys. They've already given her $100,000. Does she deserve the $3.3 million because of a glitch?
I definitely say so. I mean, that's like fully on them, basically. And then for her to like get to that point and then they just go, oh, it's a glitch. Like, I feel like you could do that with a lot of people.
What would you settle for here? Because you ain't getting the 3.3.
I would, if I'm getting up to that point, like, could you give me the closest thing to $1 million at the very least?
No, you got to press them as hard as you can, Joe.
Yeah, I've been watching Succession, Joe, so I'm thinking big money here. You got to come in with a high offer, and then they go really low, and then you ideally meet somewhere in the middle. So I'm going for 2.
You know what I'm going to do?
They're going to reject it.
So the question I did ask was, what would you accept? But for me, I'd be like, you owe me $3.3 million, and now because I've been waiting for so long in these court in my image, now I'm going for $10 million.
Sue him for slander.
Exactly. And then if they offered $5 million, I'd say, all right, cool, we're good here. And then I would get the hell out of Michigan. What a story. I always like reading those things. Like, what would I do? I'd freak out. I'd come on the radio. I would literally run on the radio and be like, BetMGM's not paying me. And I am pissed. I only have, this is from Dude Humor. I only have the headline. I don't have the story. Is that funny? Okay. Ready? Man arrested after demanding a refund at a buffet because they restocked the shrimp too slowly.
Repeat that?
I now have the story. Man arrested after demanding a refund at a buffet because they restocked the shrimp too slowly.
So how did he get arrested?
Dale Wexler, 46 years old, arrested as a seafood buffet after demanding a full refund of his $28.99, telling the manager the shrimp tray had been empty for 9.5 minutes. Calling it a breach of contract.
Did he have a timer?
Staff say Wexler had been timing the kitchen with a stopwatch since he walked in the door at 5:15 and had already spoken to 2 servers about it. According to the report, They logged every shrimp refill in the notes app on his phone. He timestamped to the second for 2 hours, told the manager the sign said all you can eat, not all you can eat eventually. He demanded his money back, $15 for what he called table time lost to waiting. He requested a written apology on the letterhead and coupon for the shrimp I was owed but never received. He slid a warming tray of hush puppies off the sneeze guard rail after being handed a comment card. Around 30 dinners stopped eating mid-plate, several standing up on chairs for a better view of the counter. He had a log, said a general manager, 19 years running that from his dining room. 9 minutes we were breading them. Shrimp do not appear on demand. He wanted the shrimp line to move faster also. Dude, he ain't winning this one.
This is premeditated. He's noticed this over a pattern.
They
he was like, all right, now I can get
That's what
them.
I'm saying. They found the notes of him keeping track. That's craziness.
That's psychotic.
Now, I have talked about this, Joe. You'll know. When I went to Vegas the last 2 years, when I went to the all-you-can-eat buffet, 90-minute time limits. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm a fat crap and I need to eat everything in 90 minutes. But I feel a little rushed.
90 minutes? An hour and a half?
Well, Joe, there's
But is it just you?
No, I was with 4 people.
Okay.
4 people.
Can you give me the vibe? Like, are you sitting down? Can you get cocktails?
Me, Sarge, Andy Wong, his wife.
Is it a nice place or is it like a cafeteria?
No, we're at, think like casino. Like, not you know what a Fuddruckers looks like?
Yeah.
Imagine a Fuddruckers of a,
in a casino.
Breakfast and all that.
Yeah.
And, it had really good food. It had, they were cutting prime rib. They were cutting, all that.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going.
But you sit down, they put the timer on. Hey, can I get you guys any drinks? Yeah, how about an apple juice and a water? Thank you. And then they come over and they say, all right, guys, all right, cool. Who wants to go first? And okay, cool. And then you just, you just look around for a little while, So that's about 10, 15, 20 right there. 15? We good with that? 15 minutes. And then you sit, right? Then you got to get your utensils, You're going to eat slowly. You're talking with others. All of a sudden, you're 40 minutes in. Hey, do you want to get a second plate? Right? Come back. You're almost an hour down before you finish your second plate. What about the mimosas that are all you can drink?
Do those have a time limit too?
No, they have 90 minutes.
It's all you can eat.
So what if I wanted the third plate? What if I had everything, but now I want chicken and waffles? Now I'm looking at an hour and a half. What if I haven't even had the dessert yet?
See, I haven't been there, Joe. I am on the faster side of eating. I feel like I could get 4 rounds in an hour and a half.
I just want you to know, I'm not complaining. Just don't like being rushed.
Well, it's Vegas, Joe. You think they've mastered the exact time where they know they will be still getting a profit and looks like probably over an hour and a half. That's when they linger into you winning the deal. So they probably said it strategically, like you said. You get 2 rounds, maybe a little dessert and a mimosa, but you don't have time to bankrupt them or make it so you won the deal. They still win the deal.
The Bacchanal on Easter Sunday, $200 for a plate. Don't put me on a 90 minutes for $200, okay? Out on that. So anyways, that's my take.
So what would be your ideal buffet place? I mean, your ideal buffet plate.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, I would like to get my starters in first. I think in this case, I would want eggs, home fries, either bacon or bacon and sausage because I'm at a buffet.
So you're going breakfast for dinner?
I'm going breakfast first.
Okay, I like that.
I think after I've had my eggs and all that, I'm going to go back up and I'm going to get a slice of prime rib and a slice of turkey. or whatever the other cutting thing, chicken, whatever it is. And then I might see what else is
Mac
there.
and cheese?
Okay, maybe. But all I'm trying to say is I'm going back to the table now. Maybe my first apple juice is gone. I need a refill. What if I want a bowl of Frosted Flakes? What if
you can't be going and spending?
Dude, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
You're getting Frosted Flakes.
I can do this. Is
what buffet has all of that and Frosted Flakes?
You guys have never been to a Vegas buffet, have you?
I've never been.
Guys, I haven't even had the pancakes or French toast yet.
I've been to the buffet in Natick, and I'm going for sushi right now.
I used to go to that Japanese one next to the Town Fair Taya over there, across from the mall.
And yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
That place rules. For
that place is really good. They have all that
$50.
seafood too.
Dude, one side is just raw fish.
Yep.
And then the other's just all.
I forget the name of it, but it's that's the one I was talking about.
Dude, there's a line out the door at noon because I think they open at noon.
Isn't it? It's the same thing. $20-$30. They don't give you a time limit.
I think it's like $30, but you leave 40.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
No time limit though. I remember.
No time limits.
There shouldn't be a time limit at a buffet.
Thank you.
It's the whole purpose.
All right, I'm moving on. Here's the last story of the night. Dude humor again. An 82-year-old woman was arrested for manipulating the church bingo night for 12 straight years. What state do you think this happened in?
I feel like Florida is the two easy ones. It is.
Wow, Chris.
It has to be. It has to be. It's like
Of
that
course.
or like a random one like Arkansas.
An 82-year-old Florida grandmother accused of quietly running what deputies are calling the longest bingo conspiracy in church history.
What was the one before?
I don't know. Investigators discovered she had allegedly been fixing weekly bingo games for more than a decade. Authorities say Dorothy Mae Collins volunteered every Thursday night, always insisting on calling the numbers and handing out the cards. Suspicion finally grew when she won the grand prize 47 times in 1 year, despite reminding everyone she was just lucky.
47 times?
A church audit allegedly uncovered handwritten bingo cards hidden inside her Bible.
Man, I love the dedication, though.
Magnetic bingo balls and a notebook labeled Operation B12.
Oh, my God.
See, this is why I think the draft lottery could be rigged, Joe. Who knows if this woman is working with Adam Silver, and next thing you know, Cooper Fly goes to the Mavericks.
Where do you think you got the idea?
Well, good point. So just so you guys know, this is the difference between my brain and your guys' brain. You went there, like you went to, hey, draft lotteries and stuff like that. I went to Catholic school. And I forever in my life have always... The church has always been suspect for me. And I'm not doing the religion thing right now. I'm not doing that. But, we've had a lot of bake sales, Joe. We did a lot of things for the church, baby. I don't think I saw any of that. Just so you know. So, of course, this is why I picked up the story, because I went, of course, the bingo at the church. Man, we had bingo at my school growing up. You know what else we had? Do you guys ever have a bazaar? Like you make like goods in class and then you sell them at the event?
Oh, a bazaar. I actually did. I think I might have done that in
what do
the
they call
CCD.
a bazaar? Yeah. But like, what else do they call those events? Catholic school, that's what we called them. But anyways, this was robbing the bingo people.
Joe, have you ever done a cakewalk?
What is that?
It's when every kid in your class is to bring in like a nice cake that they've gotten from a bakery or Stop and Shop or whatever, and then they do
they sell them.
No, they don't sell them. Then you are allowed to enter a contest where it's like a musical chairs of sorts, and then the winner gets to pick out the cake. So basically,
Is it like a Yankee swap?
Yeah,
Because you know exactly what the thing
so
is?
basically, you're not even getting your money back because you bought a cake, and you're not even guaranteed to leave with the cake. So but they make money out of it.
How much do you have to love cake for you to like do that? Like that's
Some people do bring in some pretty good, like a homemade, like someone brought in like a Nutter Butter cake, and it looked real, like Nutter Butter layers, peanut butter, Reese's Pieces. You're like, oh, I'll enter this cakewalk.
Was it Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite who offered? Because he drew her a picture, right?
He drew Deb a picture, yeah.
But didn't Pedro suggest baking her a cake?
He might have.
Didn't he say bake her a cake? Did he say bake her a cake or draw a photo? I can't remember now, but I don't know why the cake is coming from in my head on this one, but
Yeah, he does. He says build her a cake.
build her a cake. There you go. Build her a cake.
Build her a cake or something.
Have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite, Joe? Please tell me.
I've seen Napoleon Dynamite.
Better of.
Gonna throw the football over the mountains.
It's Uncle Rico. Can throw a football a quarter mile. I'm going to just read the rest of the story. Again, I told you I went to Catholic school, so you guys went to public school?
Yeah, I went to public school. My dad went to Catholic school.
But like Catholic school is like, just for those who know, you have to wear like the like a school uniform. But it has to be from like, the Kitty Land or whatever the name of the place we bought it from was.
Like the sweater and tie.
But it can't be like a Bradley's version or like a, TJ, whatever we go, Kmart. It had to be from this place. It had to be like standard. You had to wear a tie, sweater, exactly. You only had to have 2 buttons, not one. Like,
Church probably had a deal with that company.
Dude, it was not. They had a deal with, exactly. Another conspiracy. All right, deputies say Collins had secretly memorized the order of the bingo machine and occasionally delayed calling numbers whenever someone else looked close to winning. When confronted, she reportedly smiled and replied, "The Lord helps those who prepare." The Lord helps those who prepare.
So she's just been staring at people's bingo cards for like how many years? Just like praying they don't win?
The parishioners admitted they had always wondered why Dorothy celebrated every win by slowly folding the prize money into the exact same floral purse. She was arrested without incident while asking officers if jail served coffee after evening prayer.
Oh, no. She's not going to do well in prison.
She's preparing for it.
Smelly, huh? Well, just a. I am grateful, actually. I'm going to be honest with you, because like I didn't have to go to like a Boston. No offense to people who went to Boston public school. It worked out for me. We didn't have that though. But it does remind me of Shawshank Redemption, which is my favorite movie, Joe. Did you ever see Shawshank, Chris?
No, that was actually homework that you gave me during the internship.
Go this weekend.
That's probably like number one. I'm ashamed I haven't seen.
It's actually is my favorite movie. But, remember he goes into his cell and they start going at Bible lines together. And then when he hides something, remember there was the Lord shall not, whatever. I just find it funny when people use Bible verses.
Especially when the guy in the movie, Joe, was just like the most corrupt. Like, I love how when
the warden,
the warden will like use Bible verses, but he turns out to be like the most corrupt guy in the movie. It's funny, huh? Sometimes
funny, huh?
Not to get religious, I'm just saying. You find some people out there.
At the end, it goes, "His judgment cometh, and that right soon."
Who was the bird guy in that movie? What was his name?
Brooks.
Oh, Brooks was here.
Brooks was here, dude. And then
we did a graphic, Joe.
I know. I know.
Was that about the? Oh, that was about the Bruins.
Let's do this. Let's break now. And then we'll get a result for this Red Sox game, and we'll react to it coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Discover the power of multi-platform.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. I got another half hour to go. We're awaiting the finish of the Red Sox game. And the Red Sox win. Aroldis Chapman with the strikeout as the Red Sox win 6-4 to take Game 1 over Toronto tonight. An interesting game, but another good win for the Red Sox, who have now won 16 of their last 17 games. Think about that for a second. But tonight, Patrick Sandoval got the start. He went 4 2/3, gave up 5 hits, no runs. They handed things over to Tyler Guerrero, who again pitched an inning and a third. But Greg Weissert into the game gave up a 3-run homer to make it a 4-3 game. I should mention that earlier, Anthony Siegler hit a leadoff home run to go up 1-0. And then Ceddanne Rafaela went deep, hit a 2-run homer. That made it 4-0. Then the 3-run homer to Okamoto made it a 4-3 game. The Red Sox blew the lead in the 8th. Garrett Whitlock gave up a hit. 4-4 game in the 9th inning, or in the bottom of the 8th inning. Romy Gonzalez with a pinch hit RBI single, and then Anthony Siegler with the insurance run double to win 6-4. Chapman closes the door. Red Sox win 16 out of the last 17. They're 53-49 on the year. Garrett Whitlock blew the save but gets the win. Aroldis Chapman is 24th save. So the Sox, they came into this one. They let it off with a home run. They added another 2 runs in the 3rd. They had a little trouble in the 7th inning, though. That's where things got bad. Toronto battled back. But tonight, Anthony Siegler, the difference in this one, again, he's had some good ups and downs. He's been struggling of late. But tonight had a big night. Very good performance from him. 4 hits. 5 RBI in this one. I mentioned he went deep. He had a double, his 9th of the year so far in this one. He now has 9 RBIs, but it was Chad Tracy. The difference in this one tonight with Romy Gonzalez with the go-ahead RBI tonight. That was the difference in the game. And the Chad Sox, Chad Tracy pushing the right buttons, would you say? Everyone has contributed in this winning streak. This 16 of whatever did we at now? 16 of 17. But a huge classic. Chad Tracy, Romy off the bench against a righty. Boom. It paid off tonight for your Boston Red Sox. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. Hey, Justin's in Lynn. What's up, Justin?
Hey, Joe, it's Justin. I just want to react to Greg Weissert coming into the 7th and giving up the lead, and then we had a battle back. I think he's struggled all year long, Joe. I just wanted your thoughts, and I have one question. The Patriots games, how do I get to listen to them on Alexa? Because I'm unable to listen to you when I have my Alexa on.
You said Patriots games?
Yeah. How do I listen to it?
YouTube.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Thank you. Yes, you can listen to Patriots post game this year on YouTube. Alexa, I think will have the game maybe, but I think it goes out or there's some satellite. I don't know. But it does something there. Some trickery. Red Sox win. Let's get to the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Anthony Siegler with the big night. One streak ends, another one begins. Anthony Siegler, 4 for 5, a home run, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, a triple short of the cycle. The Red Sox have now won 21 of their last 24 games dating back to June 25th. So that's 1 month. Tomorrow's the 25th. They're 16-2 in the month of July. It was adventurous tonight. Wilson Contreras, had his little bit of struggles. Head first into first base tonight to beat out a chopper. Slid awkwardly in the second on a stolen base. Lost his balance at one point for a ground ball. Didn't get over to the bag at one point. He was hurting. He looked like he was in discomfort. But overall, Patrick Sandoval, rocky start, but hung in there. Siegler took advantage of that 1-0 home run there to start things off. Sandoval settled down the next few innings, ran into trouble in the 5th. Vladimir Guerrero reached, or Akamoto doubled off the wall. They went to Tyron Guerrero, who did well. Sandoval went 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 84 pitches. Sox had a bunch of chances to put the game away. In the 6th, Andrew Monasterio came through with a sac fly to center field to make it 4-0. They could not stretch the lead. Connor Wong Caleb Durbin got thrown out at the plate on a Wong hit. They had a chance, literally, that was a big chance in the game, which left the door open for Baltimore. Greg Weissert comes in, gets the out, brought up Akamoto. The rookie from Japan sent the first pitch he saw into the first row of the center field bleachers for a 3-run homer, his 23rd of the year. So their lead now down to 1. Red Sox miss another opportunity with the bases loaded in the 7th. Yoshida hit the ball hard with 2 outs, but went off Guerrero's glove. Yoshida beat everyone to the bag, but Durbin couldn't take advantage of the grounded out in the inning. Couldn't take advantage. The Blue Jays, though, they took advantage. Garrett Whitlock, 13 consecutive scoreless appearances, wasn't as sharp as usual. Gave up a hit to make it 4-4. But in the bottom of the 8th inning, the Red Sox, they got the knockout blow. Jarren Duran led off the inning with a single. Then Chad Tracy, the manager of the Red Sox, the Chad Sox, the interim manager, sits Connor Wong for pinch hitter Romy Gonzalez, and Romy does this.
Gonzalez to left field and into the corner. Duran flying around second. They're waving him home. The throw will be cut off, and the Red Sox take the lead. Romy Gonzalez off the bench. A pinch hit, go ahead, RBI double.
Aroldis Chapman finished the job, 24 save. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. Red Sox now 53-49, 7-1 to start their 10-game homestand. They'll clinch their 6th consecutive series victory with one more win over the weekend. Cleveland lost to Tampa Bay tonight, so the Red Sox move up in the second wild card spot. They look to make it 2 in a row tomorrow. Sonny Gray hoping to have one of his
sunny days.
They'll take on Dylan Cease. Talk about, dude, that could be for the Cy Young Award, that game.
I locked it in, plus 1,700 yesterday. Go check out Joe Murray's graphic on his Twitter.
Tomorrow, 4:10, Joe. First pitch, 4:10 tomorrow. Are you going to be watching on the NESN 360 app, or are you going to be on that? What are you going to be doing?
You know, Joe, I have a New England Revolution game tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to be here?
I'll be here, so I'll have it on.
All right.
Yeah.
Joe's getting hours tonight and tomorrow?
Yeah, big weekend.
Look at this. Street Team Joe. Chad Tracy. Pushing the right button. Now, Romy Gonzalez is an exceptional hitter against left-handed pitching. That's like his specialty. But tonight, Chad Tracy says, you know what, Romy, why don't you get up there against a righty? And Jarren Duran flew around the bases. But to bring this up, where I'm going with this is Chad Tracy's pushing the right buttons. But, dude, there's been 9 different people during this 16 to 17 wins that have come through to win the game. Think about the different people that have been winning these games. But I didn't have... It's just it's somebody different every night. And know who I attribute for that? Chad Tracy. The Chad Sox. And Joe, I'm going to say it one more time. He is the what manager? The what?
The interim.
Interim managers winning games by their decisions goes a long way in this league. If Alex Cora did that, we'd hear, oh my God, the Alex Cora, did you see the move last night? He went to Robert Gonzalez. We wouldn't hear the end of it. And they'd be glazing Alex Cora.
Joe, do you even want Meyer or Story sniffing this team again?
Meyer, I want to play in Worcester. That's what I want. Trevor Story, I don't want him around. I bet you they like him, though. The players. I don't. I bet you they do. But at this point, Siegler's at short, Chen playing great defense. What's the point?
Story couldn't hit or play D, so what is he?
And he wasn't a leader.
And he was complaining a lot of the season.
Yeah. And he was out on Chad Tracy. Remember he wanted an explanation? Screw. Chad Tracy helped win the game tonight. Did he not? Did he not push the right buttons? He also put Siegler back in the lineup, who's been sucking. Dude was one hit shy of the cycle with a triple. Anyways, Sour the Sports has been brought to you by DN Van Lines. Take the chance, harder you move, and make the sure bet with DN Van Lines, an approved mover of the Department of Defense. DNVanlines.com. Well, we got to get out of here. I'm sorry for everybody we've left on hold tonight. I just went on a rant for Chad Tracy. He deserves the credit. Romeo deserves the credit. The guy's been hurt all year, right? It's a different guy, a different night, and it's working. Speaking of working, our thanks to Chris DeSisto, our associate producer of the night. Street Team Joe Ariano. Perfect game, baby. And I'm Joe Murray. For Chris DeSisto and Street Team Joe, I'm Joe Murray. We'll talk to you guys on Monday. Enjoy Patriots camp and the Red Sox tomorrow.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Lobster Lovers Weekend is back at the 99 Restaurant this Friday through Sunday. Order their famous colossal or hot buttered lobster roll and get a free 3-course meal upgrade. This week only. You gotta love the nines. Play It Again Sports and Dedham is hosting their 17th annual tent sale on Saturday, July 25th and Sunday, July 26th. Enjoy savings up to 75% off all sports equipment and over $8,000 in giveaways. Don't miss the biggest sale of the year at Play It Again Sports, 606 Washington Street in Dedham. That pricing may apply.
Hey, Big Papi here. People always ask me about LASIK. At Boston Vision, the procedure was quick, comfortable, and over before I know it. I could read my phone the very next day without grabbing my glasses. Step up to the plate with Boston Vision. It's a home run. Best vision is a Boston Vision.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 27th.